A little extra.
Yeah. An extra 5 seconds.
We could describe our penis sizes while we're waiting.
All right.
And our penis dimensions and everything. Nah, we don't have to do that.
I've got girth.
It's not. Yeah, me too. I'm a girth, but not.
What's that, Dale? You've got girth? Hey, this is Flaming Freedom. Welcome, everyone. We're doing this again. It's Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Woo! I'm broadcasting from In Your Head Studios, and we've got Dale with girth on the other end.
Hello, this is Dalebert.
And he is fast on the video screen. You can check out the video presentation of this program at flamingfreedom.com/live. We've got a chat room built into the webpage, and you can look at Dale as he drinks tasty beverages from a sippy cup, which looks like it's for an infant child. What have you got over there?
It's an insulated mug. Give me a break. It keeps my tea hot. Okay, I don't. Yeah.
In a cold studio, in a cold world, because we've had snow dumping upon us these many months of winter in New Hampshire. But it's good to be here. We broadcast this gay sex show every week, every Thursday from 10 to midnight on LRN.FM, the Liberty Radio Network. And tonight, we're going to talk about chocolate buttholes and dark comedy.
Right. Two great things that go great together. Dark comedy and chocolate buttholes.
Yes, I know. I can't have one without the other. So
apparently Lauren says she likes anything chocolate, including chocolate buttholes. So if you want to send Lauren some chocolate buttholes, please feel free. Don't send them to me because I find the idea pretty appalling. I don't think chocolate and sex is fine, but not in the butthole region.
Actually, I can't do food with sex at all. The two
I'm not a fan of it.
Cancel each other out. Like if I had to choose one. And I often do, because like if I'm trying to get sex, I'm trying not to eat or anything. Like can I tell you, there was this hot guy at work today. He came in because he was locked out of his house. New mover to the Free State Project. So for those who aren't familiar, like there's this thing that Dale and I are both a part of, where people are moving to New Hampshire for more freedom. Dale, where did you move from?
Georgia. Sort of LA.
Yeah.
I had been living in LA for 8 years, and then I moved back to Georgia, but Georgia's my original.
All gays are sort of from LA.
Yeah.
And so I moved from Philadelphia to New Hampshire for more freedom in 2011, partly inspired by Dale and his videos about non-compliance with the parking ticket and how government is a religion, and I thought that was pretty cool. And also I saw that there were gays here. That was good. And anyway, so this guy moved to New Hampshire. His name's Danny. It's just going to make things easier if I can use a name. And he was locked out of his house. Like, I just moved here yesterday. I walked out of the house to go grocery shopping, went back home, and I was locked out of my house. So he comes to 101 Deals thrift store, which is a libertarian-owned thrift store here in Keene, New Hampshire, where I work. And we met. He's like, oh, hey, maybe I can give you a hand. Like, maybe I can hang out if you don't mind me, like, lurching over your shoulder. And I'm like, no, I don't mind. You're like, I didn't say it in so many words, but it's like, hey, a cute guy hanging out. Sure. You can stay around and do whatever. And so I'm trying to feel out, like I had a suspicion, Dale, that he was, you're not paying attention to me. You're like posting things on Facebook. Pay attention to me.
I'm posting a link to the live show so people can join us right now.
All right. That's good.
But I'm listening to you.
Thank you for multitasking. I do appreciate that you're like producing the show here. So I'm trying to figure out, when I see a cute guy is moving to New Hampshire, he's got plans. He posted in the Facebook page, like, hey, I'm taking a long journey. I'm like, this guy looks gay. Because, any cute guy, I'm just getting my hopes up. Like, oh, maybe he's gay.
Yeah, I got out of that. I used to do that a lot. Now
like every cute guy, you're just like, he's gay, right? And then,
or I hope he's gay. And if he's gay, is he possibly interested in me? And is he libertarian?
I still play that game.
It's hard to find someone who's gay and libertarian.
We talk about this all the time.
It's gold.
Yeah,
right.
It's impossible.
Yeah,
they are I don't know, one of those impossible things to find. I don't know what an analogy is, but it is very difficult. Anyway. So he's cute, he's gay, he's black, which listeners of this show will know.
BBC.
I've got a thing for black guys. And, he's got the courage enough to move to New Hampshire for more freedom all the way across the country. So anyway, I got my hopes up. We're hanging out all day. I'm trying to get like hints here. I'm like trying to move in close. You know how like if you move in and they move in, like, okay, that's a good sign. Or if, I forget some of the other things, like, he was popping in gum a lot, and I'm like, oh, he's popping in gum.
Oh, he's
like
worried
that,
about his breath.
Yeah, so that means
that's a sign he cares what you think about his breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It means maybe he wants a kiss or something. Like, and there are some I know all the places in the store that don't have cameras, so I'm trying to lure him to these places that don't have cameras. He is perfectly susceptible to my suggestions here. I'm like, oh, why don't you go to the back of the store with me? And yeah, okay. So I'm like, I'm getting all these signals that he is interested, but then it turns out, so like I drop a couple of other lines, like, oh, I've been waiting for, like if only some guy like you, or if only some gay guy like you would come around or whatever. And he didn't, he was like, oh yeah, like I wish I could be that for you or something. And I wasn't throwing it out there so obviously. Like, I know how to play the field a little bit, but
yeah.
It was clear. He made it clear, like, that he is not gay, and I was very disappointed. I had to move on from that, and it's okay because I got to hang out with a really cute guy until the close of the store. Anyway, end of story.
Derek's juggling a lot of guys.
I'm juggling a lot of guys.
Got a lot of guys to juggle,
but they're not libertarians. That's the thing. I'm always looking for the perfect mix of courage, big black cock, and I don't know, moving to New Hampshire. That's all three. You can't be anywhere else because, like, I'm not really interested. If you don't want to move to New Hampshire, what do you want to do? You want to live in LA and live among the statists? And
why don't you want to be here amongst this 4 feet of snow?
What's wrong with you?
With no parking left because of all the snow.
I know, it was impossible to find a spot today because, like, everything's
it's usually
snow.
Great.
I know.
Like, usually there's tons of parking around here.
There are plenty of
it's
spaces.
Only because
I can see
this
them.
is like the worst snow winter in a long time. Like, record. We broke records, like recorded history or something like that. Or at least for a very long time, we have more snow than we've had in quite a while. So much so that they've got a special law in Manchester now.
What's that?
You want to hear about special laws?
Yeah.
Like, this is kind of a beef actually with some locals. Is that they changed the normal law. The law normally is that you can only park on a certain side of the street after like 1 a.m. Right.
Yeah.
And that's so that they can plow on one side or something. And then that alternates. So it's like whatever side of the street is aligns with the date, whether it's an even or an odd. Right. So there's even and odd addresses. Yeah. So, and that's the normal rule. Right now that applies all day long.
That's already confusing enough. And now people who are visiting the city have to know that somehow magically.
That's just it. If you're not on the mailing list, if you haven't gotten on the mailing list.
Like, I'm visiting. How would I know?
Right. Well, exactly. And so
I just have to go with the flow and see what other people are doing. I don't want to be the odd man out.
People can get towed if they're parked on the wrong side of the street.
So can we talk about this? I'm in your studio for the first time in a long time. And look, the windscreen pops off while I'm talking here.
Yeah, it's gravity based. You have to tilt it up a little.
Hot dog down a hallway over here with the microphones.
Yes, exactly.
So
the condoms are too big for the microphones.
Yeah, they're magnums over here. So what do we...
tilt it up a little. Adjust the... See this? No, don't just squeeze. Don't just do it. You have to...
I'll do it on break. Right. We'll figure it out later.
Right.
But anyway, I want to say this other thing. You said that in a previous episode, you gave up on trying to find a mate. Is that true? Or can I still ask you, like, how's your sex life? Can I ask you that?
I don't even pretend to have a sex life right now. Like, I'm done pretending. I'm done trying to have a sex life.
Like, cats and D&D are going to be my life for the rest of time.
Right. Right. And I'm okay with that. No, there's actually an incredible relief that comes with, like, just saying, I'm done. I'm not trying. If it lands in my lap, like if I'm sitting with my dick out, and a guy jumps up and lands on my dick, then that's fine.
It's gonna happen, but it's a lot of work.
That's probably it. I mean, otherwise I'm probably done. Like, it's the thing is, like, I've found that I don't enjoy the one night stands.
Yeah,
and it's hard to find the things that go any deeper than that. And it's not that I don't want to sound like I'm super, like, deep and meaningful and have to have this deep, meaningful relationship. I'm okay. Like, I have no taboo against just having some casual sex, but I just end up I don't enjoy it. I end up not enjoying it most of the time.
Is it because it's only one night? Is that sort of disappointing to you?
No,
like, once it's over, it's over?
No, it's usually, for some reason, it's not. Like, maybe I have unreasonable expectations. I don't know. And then I end up just being uncomfortable with the whole thing, and I'm not enjoying it. I just want it to be over faster. And I don't know. Sometimes it's good, but it's pretty rare. Maybe Latino. Maybe if you're Latino, we'll see. I'm kind of racist like that.
Big BBL?
BBL, yeah.
All right. Are you bottom or top? Have we gone through this before?
I'm mainly
you top
top
now. Yeah.
I'm mainly top.
All right. This is Flaming Freedom. No, we should
'Cause we're
unmute
on
them.
Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah. I forgot we have
Hey
listeners.
everyone, we're still here for you.
I can lower LRN down some.
Okay. So why was LRN? I was looking at the clock, my atomic clock,
Yeah.
and I was like,
I usually
when
try to
the
keep my
30-second mark hit, I was like, okay, we're ready to start going out. And it wasn't until the 40-second mark that it started.
Are you
coming
saying
in.
there shouldn't be a delay? I'm using
I know. That's what I'm
I
thinking.
normally
It's
I
like
usually
different.
sync my clock up based on LRN. Like I take the studio clock and try to sync it with LRN usually, but
very
I haven't
weird.
done that in a long time, so it's probably
That's
not.
okay. I can handle it now that I know it's 10 seconds late.
Okay.
All right. This is good. Good discussion.
All right, what should we
Thank
talk
you,
about for the people who are kind enough to be listening to us live? What kind of extra goodies could we provide to these folks who are bold enough to
Well, when we come back, we
do
got to
that?
show our underwear.
Ugh.
Come on, Dale.
It's
You didn't
the
prepare for
same
this?
boring underwear. No, I didn't.
I wore different underwear.
I know you do because you're dating and care about things like that.
No, I
I'm
wore it for
not.
the show. I was like, am I going to wear, because I've got lots of different pairs of the red underwear that I wore last week.
Right. No,
which are
but
my
you always
favorite
have cool
underwear.
underwear and cool, interesting underwear on, and I don't. I don't.
You got
I
to get
just
cool
don't.
underwear, Dale.
I'm just gonna not wear underwear sometime, and then I'm just gonna be like, there you go, there's some skin. How's that? Should I just show some skin?
I like it.
You guys want me to show some skin? My underwear is still boring.
Yes.
The skin is boring too, but it's smooth.
Yeah.
I have
You gotta see.
I'm very hairless at the moment. I'm especially hairless.
Especially hairless.
Well, I mean, I was shaving.
Yeah.
Because I consider myself blessed to not be very hairy in the first place.
That is
so it's not
nice
that hard
thing.
to shave, and I don't feel
You shave
stubbly.
your arms, I see.
No, yeah, I may have at some point, like maybe a couple
You've
weeks
got
ago.
no hair on your arms.
That's like a couple weeks ago of shaving. That's
So
like
it's
2
a little
weeks.
stubbly, but it's blonde, so
yeah.
you can't even see it anyway.
Right, but you know what beats shaving?
I feel like a gorilla next to you.
I didn't bring the device up. Maybe I can bring it up after one of the breaks.
The device.
The Epilady. Do you know what Epilady is?
No.
Oh, it's like a mass hair jerker. It's
What?
like mass tweezing device.
Jerker?
Right. It like and here, loosen this.
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
First you loosen it, turn it counterclockwise.
I see. And then
then tilt it up.
Yeah.
And then tighten it again.
I see. It's gravity based.
Yes. It only stays on
down a hallway.
Yes, it only stays on there by gravity.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this thing.
Yeah. That's a Magnum condom on an Asian dude. Sorry. Sorry, Asian guys.
Sorry, Asian guys.
You're hot. I like you, but
you're small dicks.
Yeah. Let's not be silly.
No.
All right.
We talked about that on the first episode that I started hosting. Was my first boyfriend was an Asian guy.
Uh-huh.
And he
Oh,
was
I
so
dated a lot of
tiny.
Asians in LA. I
there's lots
I
of them out
fell
there.
for some of them, but I tell you what, it's hard to get
Small problem.
I tell you what, the Latino guys were really into me.
Yeah.
And like the Asian guys would be like really into me, but it wouldn't last.
Because you're
Like they just want to go through white guys. Like they're just like
They're
there's
potato
potato
queens.
queens
Yeah.
who just and exactly. Whereas I felt like the Latino guys that I dated.
Well, they're reaching up.
Wait. Oh, the Asians?
The Latinos are at the bottom of the gay dating pool.
Really?
I think so. That's what I hear from Latinos.
Okay, I'm so out of
I'm
touch
not
with culture.
saying that myself
Oh,
because I'm into Latinos.
I'm saying okay, I am too. So
Yeah,
like to me,
but-
they're like
but ask a
the
Latino
cream. They're
what
the
they
cream
think.
of the crop.
We're
Like
coming
they're
back in 2 seconds.
Right.
Again, I'm off because of this goddamn clock. And the shitty Flaming Freedom music is back, and that means we're gonna do another segment.
Hey now.
I don't like this music.
I know.
Dale.
We need
I'm
to make
just
new
being
stuff.
honest, but
Let's make new music.
I'm not taking personal responsibility enough to change the music.
Let's come up with some new music beds at some
Okay,
point.
in this segment, we're gonna show our underwear. I'm gonna.
Oh,
unbutton.
all right. I'm just gonna show some.
Dale,
skin.
come on, do it.
I will, but it's gonna be boring. I don't know.
Okay. Well, first of all, I've got way too many clothes on in this studio because it is cold, like Lauren said. And look what we got here.
It's not cold anymore.
It is kind of cold.
That's
So
very.
these-
That's
you
nice.
You can't tell, and I'll get closer to the cam, but it's got a little optical illusion here.
Yeah,
This
I see it.
underwear is like, you can see it, but it's got the, the little like cubes where you can't tell if
It's
they're
like
going in or
Cubert,
out.
the game Cubert.
Yeah, it is a lot like Cubert. So this is what we got here, and it's supposed to be fun and disorienting for when you take it off. All right, what you got,
mine's I don't even remember, but it's boring. I think it's blue. I think it's blue.
Blue. My underwear is blue, but that's the least interesting part about it is the color.
Are we going to do this every time?
Yes, get ready for it. You got to have cool underwear on every week. There we go. All right, boxer briefs. Ooh, and skin. And you are very hairless. You are not kidding. What do you need the butt waxing for? You don't have any hair on your ass.
Well, just
I don't have any hair on my ass right now either.
Some key places. Like I don't really have any on like most of my butt cheeks at all.
Yeah.
But there's like closer as you get closer to the treasure spots, you need a little bit of removal.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
But really Epilady does it pretty well. Epilady. We were talking about Epilady. It's a device that like mass tweezes.
That sounds really painful.
Well, everyone says that, but if you're not that hairy,
tweezers are painful. I just tweezed a couple. I had some chest hairs up here. Like I shave, but I noticed
I used Epilade on my chest too, but it's just like peach fuzz. Ugh. So it's really not that painful.
It really does sound horrible.
And I did my legs.
Like, what does this thing look like?
I did my legs too. So it's basically like waxing, but it's easier.
Let's save it for the next segment because we'll be able to have one on screen, right?
I'll bring one. I'll bring it.
I want to see.
I'll even plug it in and.
Ooh, it's electric. Yeah. I thought it was something you just move around.
Yeah, it's electric. You have to.
All right,
we'll plug it in
when we get to it. We were saying the gay dating pool.
Yes.
There are potato queens. You said you dated some Asian guys.
There are a lot of potato queens in LA.
Yeah.
Asians and Latinos who are potato queens.
So I'm not racist. And it's going to be a good segment.
I'm a little racist.
When you have to
I'm a little bit racist.
A segment by saying that.
I'm a little bit racist.
I'm not.
Because I like Latinos.
I'm a little racist because I like black guys. I think that's like,
right.
If you choose a race, then I guess you are
right.
Racist.
That's what I mean. I'm a little racist because I have a preference for Latinos.
Yeah. So okay. But my point is, in my experience dating, there are tiers, there are levels, and white guys are at the top. Then it's Asian guys, black guys, and Latino guys. So you were saying, Dale, that with Latino guys, it worked out. With Asian guys, you would break up really quickly.
They would. It seemed to me more likely that I can remember one guy who was still into me, and I'm the one that kind of broke it off. Okay. Now that I think about it, so I'm probably making. I'm making sweeping statements that are probably not accurate, but it seems like most of I'd be really into certain guys, and then they would break it off, and then there would be Latino guys who were more into me.
Yeah,
I really like them. I don't want to get this wrong, but I don't know. There's weird drama.
So if you like white guys, you're a potato queen. If you like Asian guys, you're a rice queen. If you like, what are the
Latina's
other ones?
this bean queen, I think.
Oh, that's funny.
I think it's bean queen.
I've never heard that. Okay, and then what's black guys?
I don't know.
Do you get a queen, or is it jungle fever?
I don't. A jungle fever, yeah, jungle fever.
Well, why are they fever and everyone else gets to be a queen? Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It sounds better, doesn't it? Like having jungle fever sounds like passion.
No,
right?
It sounds like sickly.
Oh, well, oh.
So you like go to Africa, I don't know. You get a fever from malaria or something.
Well, no, but like heat, passion, heat.
Yeah.
That's the fever, right? You have the fever for you've got jungle fever, Darren.
Got the fever. I do. I was with two black guys this week. Score 1 for Derek J. Score 2, actually. That was so lucky. And can we talk about this a little bit, Dale? I told you a little bit. You stopped by the store. And I was working. Thankfully, there were no customers in the store, so we could do a little sex talk. And I topped for like the second time in my life.
I'm so proud of you, Derek. I feel like you're growing up.
I know. I feel like a whole new gay. It was an unusual experience, and I wouldn't have done it if he wasn't way more inexperienced than I was. This was his second time.
So there was less pressure. Like you didn't feel like you had to live up to some other standard that had been set by someone else.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because I know good sex. I've been on the receiving end of many a good humping, and I cannot do it as well as those guys. I've got no practice. How could I be? So, it was a lot of pressure. This guy, I let him know ahead of time. We met on Grindr. We have a little communication. He has the little down arrow next to his name, so that tells me.
See, I didn't even know that. I've done Grindr brief.
And you didn't see
I got
the
bored
arrows?
with Grindr very quickly.
Bored?
Yes, I
Why?
did. I just didn't. It just
the
because it's a
conversations not
hookup.
work
It's
out?
a hookup thing, and I'm just not
not want that.
like if I just want to hook up, I think I would just masturbate. Like if like
'Cause
a
it's
one night
faster,
hookup.
right?
Like it's more trouble. Like all this trouble, and then you get together, and then there's like maybe they don't groom well, or maybe they have bad breath, or maybe
Ugh.
something.
Isn't
Whatever
that
it is.
horrible?
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's gonna be like a turn off, and I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna want it to be over.
There is
So I'm
always
just
something.
like I'll just masturbate if I'm gonna hook up for one night.
You do just kind of have to look past some of those things.
Yeah, and
look
I'm
at
not
this
good at that.
Big old microphone dick right in my face. I can't.
Yeah, it's blocking you a little bit. You can kind of tilt
I gotta
it.
talk this way. I gotta
You can
talk
kind
away
of
from
tilt
you now.
it, you know,
Yeah, we'll fix that.
to show your
Anyway,
face better.
You gotta get smaller mics here.
Really, the size queen's telling me I need smaller mics. Okay.
Yeah. So back to me and my sex story, okay? He's perfect. He's like a cheerleader. He's got a gorgeous body. He's a young guy. I'm not into younger guys. They're so annoying. First of all, partly because they're inexperienced.
That reminds me of a joke, but I'll hold it.
Go ahead.
Okay, the joke. It's a what do you call the irritating part around a twink's asshole?
What?
The rest of the twink.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Right.
I'm like so annoyed by this guy. So I'm like juggling my sexual interest in him and my annoyance. Like, do I run out of here? So, you know.
Oh, you made it sound wonderful. I didn't get the
was-
impression it was that annoying.
I also was annoyed by
Oh,
him
okay.
a little bit. You know, because he's like total femme. And I'm pretty femme myself, but I'm not like
Pretty femme. Dude,
What?
you were dressed as not
Marilyn
Madonna,
Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe, exactly.
So what? That's
and I asked you,
Halloween.
remember what I said? I said, how committed are you to this costume, Derek?
And I showed you my legs.
Yes, your legs were
And
shaved,
and my
your armpits were
armpits.
shaved, everything was smooth.
I was perfectly
Yes.
clean.
You were ready to go.
Yep. Anyway, he was very smooth too, and he's a cheerleader on the track team. So first of all, it's fucking New Hampshire, so this middle of winter nonsense. He calls. We get together. This is not Halloween, Valentine's Day night after a wine tasting at the Keene Activism Center. So I'm a little loaded, and I'm on Grindr, seeing like, is there anyone nearby? Maybe before I go to sleep. And yeah, so this guy, he hits me up. Shit. Totally lost my train of thought.
The twink guy.
Yeah,
Did you
I
drink
guess
too
it
much?
doesn't matter. Oh no, the snowstorm. That's the thing.
Okay.
Remember
okay.
the horrible snowstorm on Valentine's Day night that came out of nowhere? Just a huge dumping of snow.
I don't know. I stayed home.
Anyway, it's like 3 a.m. I'm the idiot who's like, I'm gonna go out in the snowstorm because I'm getting laid. Woohoo! And you know, that's the thing about Grindr and wanting to date is that it makes you do incredibly stupid things. Like I should have gotten some sleep. If I were in my rational mind, right, that's what I would be doing. And Dale is undressing here. Story too
I
hot
think
for
the
you, Dale?
studio's warm now.
All right. We've warmed it up.
Yeah.
I hope we've warmed you up. I'm gonna get to like the climax of this story when we
I would have
return.
slept. I'd be like,
I know.
I'm just gonna go to sleep.
I was on the verge of just like, let me just give in. But it worked out really well.
And it's why I don't get laid.
Yep. It's a trade-off. This is Flaming Freedom.
All right, let's talk to our Google
Yeah, should we talk
audience,
to them?
our Google Hangouts audience.
Hey guys. Yeah, looks like, are we?
All right, let's
signed
see if
in
anyone
are
in the
you-
chat room has questions for us.
Are you signed in the chat room?
I am in the chat room at the moment, so I'm going to take a look at it right now. So, guys, we are looking at what you have to say in the chat room.
Yeah.
What do you want to ask us, and we will answer your questions.
It's
because
never
you guys
related-
are the ones who are committed and watching us live.
It's never related to what we're talking about, though. The people in the
No,
chat
they
room never
were.
talk. They never talk about what we're
They
talking
talked about us. Ask Clown said that he finds the show informative and funny. LOL.
Informative. What?
And then
hell
Lion
could you
Terrius
possibly
said,
learn?
"Am I the only gay dude in here?"
Lion Terrius.
Yes, Lion
Is he gay?
Terrius. Yes,
I'm
and
signing
he's
in.
also a furry.
Really?
I think.
What kind of furry is he?
Lion Terrius, please correct
Oh,
me
he
if
must
I'm
be a
wrong.
lion.
I'm
What am I,
sorry.
an idiot?
I'm kind of furry. I've got I have costume onesies now.
Yeah. Do you have any lion stuff?
I don't have lions.
I just learned a little bit about furries. There was a furry convention in Philadelphia or Pittsburgh or some shit. And what are you doing?
Your hip was getting chopped off
Too
a
big?
little.
All right. Oh, hey, Slay Joe. Hey.
So, are you guys listening?
yeah.
in the
So
chat
the
room?
thing is, furries kind of stick together. They
Yes.
like. Can you turn LRN down a little bit? I'm hearing too much.
I just want to make sure we don't miss the return.
They sort of stick to their pack. We won't miss it. I'm looking at the clock.
Yeah.
So like foxes stay with foxes and have sex with foxes, and they don't like have sex with squirrels, for example. Like
Oh,
people who are
really? Okay.
yeah. So like at these conventions where there's lots of options, maybe if you're limited in options, but like generally the animals stay with animals. So
I'm going to
what
announce
animal
my
are you?
furry animal.
Go ahead.
I think I
When
might
we
wait
come
until we
back, or-
come back.
Okay.
So I'll do that because we'll talk about furries.
Yeah.
Um.
I want to just rush
So
through the
okay.
rest of my
So
story.
Slajo wants us to expand on the ass bleach scenario. And does chocolate negate this activity? And then Ass Clown wants to know about gay guys in public restrooms.
What
and
about
then
them?
J Case says, "You guys are awesome. Glad the show is back."
Do you look? Do you check out other guys in the bathroom?
No, I do, but not wieners. I don't care about wieners. I just look
Seriously?
at cute guys. No, I don't look. I don't care about wieners. Like, this is the thing. Like, someone will point
You're
out
such
somebody
a
has
bad
a
gay.
someone has like a huge
I'm
bulge.
always staring. I'm always staring at this
Right. So
one.
you would probably point out a bulge to me, right?
Yeah,
And
be
then
like,
I would be
"Check
like,
that out."
"Oh, I didn't notice." Right. And then some guy will have a huge bulge, and I don't look there.
Yeah.
But if he turns around,
I was born in the wrong
I'll check his
decade.
ass out.
Okay.
I'll check his ass out.
Yeah.
I'm an ass man. I don't know what to say.
I check them both out.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to pay a lot more attention now after topping. I am going to top a lot more now. Now that I'm a little bit experienced.
There are asses that will totally distract me.
Oh,
but there aren't very many bulges. It takes a really impressive bulge before I'll get very distracted.
So I video record a lot of times when I have sex. I'll ask them if it's okay. I'll hand them the camera and they'll record me going down on it and stuff. But this guy, he's so inexperienced. He's so I wasn't gonna do that. But man, this ass. I should have taken some pictures or video or something.
Oh, I bet. He was in great shape, and he was
like
black twink,
shape
right?
of his life, on the track team and a competitive cheerleader at a college. I mean,
and he's a very fit black guy.
Yeah, he had
he's got some junk in the trunk.
Junk in the trunk, and bigger than me. His dick was huge, and he didn't want to top. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, it feels kind of sad to me. I think when someone has a really huge...
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off like that, but
no, it's good that you do.
All right,
because you've got the clock, and I'm not paying attention to it.
Yeah,
I used to be really good at it, but I'm out of habit.
This is Flaming Freedom, and if Dale is signed into Skype, you can also Skype into the program at flaming.
Oh, I'm not. Let me start that.
Go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Because I want to hear from these
those of you
fuckers.
who've wanted to Skype. It's my fault, but it's about to be fixed.
Yeah, we got a very active chat room. I was not signed in before, but oh wow, someone's into the movie Trash Humpers. Cool, I dig that.
Is that a porn?
No. It's a movie by Harmony Korine. She's the director of the movie Kids and Gummo. A few other movies that are really fucked up. I'm into Trash Humpers. I watched it twice, all the way through. That tells you I'm a little bit sick.
I'll check it out.
But anyway, so I'm telling this story about this my first time topping. I'm gonna consider it my first time topping because my other time was with my boyfriend.
Can I make it a quick announcement before you continue the story?
Of course.
Hold that thought.
You can always.
The Skype is in your head shows this time.
No. Oh, because I can't sign in for you.
Well, at the moment, that's what it's signed in as. We can change it.
We can change it. All right, but right now,
it's in your head shows.
Okay,
that's the Skype ID, all one word.
I appreciate that.
Carry on.
So he's got this ass you can't believe, these abs, everything is in amazing, perfect shape. He wore some of these. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. I had not seen it. Like these beads around his waist. They're, I guess, waist beads or whatever. Whatever. So it's at a college, first of all. Oh, God. Middle of the snowstorm. Where do I start? I'm all over the place in this story. So, okay, it's a snowstorm. My car gets stuck on the way to this college. I finally make it to this college, and my car is stuck. I'm totally lost. I have no idea where this guy is staying, what dorm he's in. And, now I require the college's help or something. My car is completely snowed in. Can't move it anywhere. It's campus security picked me up. And so embarrassing. I have to check in, show my ID, be like, oh no, I'm not some student. I'm some 25-year-old guy. What the hell am I doing here in the middle of the fucking night on Valentine's Day? I think they know what I'm doing here. And it's just all some horrible, embarrassing thing I blame the government, honestly, because why else would they need to? I guess private industry would want to take IDs and stuff and know who's on the campus. But
yeah.
Anyway, we go up start things off, I'm just like totally forthright. Like, I want to suck your dick. Cause you know that awkward, I don't know if you do this on Grindr or not, but like, okay, they're over.
I don't do anything on Grindr.
But you did. So like,
Yeah.
how do you start things off, right?
I never started anything.
What?
I'm sorry. This is horrible. I'm a horrible Grinder person. I'm horrible.
Because you never initiated the.
No,
the
I
sex?
didn't. Nothing jumped out at me. No one was like, I got to go meet this person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and again, it's all hookups, and I just really didn't.
Yeah, but there's this
Yeah.
moment of like, all right, we've both contacted each other based on pictures of our naked bodies, so we know what we're interested in. Let's not beat around the bush and pretend like we're here to,
Yeah,
drink or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm like, I want to suck your cock, and he's like, all right, let's, it's my first time, and I was like, oh shit.
Oh wow,
oh man,
that's scary.
I don't want that. It's annoying because it's like you don't know what you're doing.
You don't want him to fall in love with you or something.
No, I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking like he doesn't know what he's doing. This is going to be annoying. But I don't know what I'm doing either. I didn't at this point.
If you're just going to suck his dick, then
that's what
he doesn't need to know what he's doing, right?
That's all I thought it was going to be.
If he's really young, he's probably just going to blow his load in your mouth in like 30 seconds.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. And so he like takes off his pants all slow, gets all undressed, and he's like super sexy. I'm loving it. I started.
He's probably lying about it being his first time, don't you think?
No, it wasn't his. It was his first time having his dick sucked.
Oh, okay.
Like he's that fresh at this game.
Okay.
I know. But
how nervous was he?
He was pretty nervous, but he was so good. Like the skills were all there. I mean, who cares if he's really like if it's first time or not? Whatever. Right. Like what? Like why would he lie to me and say that? Like that's gonna impress me.
And why would you
something?
care? You're right. I don't care.
So. He's not really into it. I'm good at sucking dick, but he's like not really into it. He wants to be fucked. I can tell. We move over to his roommate or his what's it called? Cellmate when you're in college. What's that
or
thing?
bunkmate or dorm mate. Yeah.
He's like, there's people on the other side of my wall. Can we do this on my dorm mate's bed? I'm like, all right, fuck, I don't care. He's
the one that has to deal with the aftermath of that.
Right.
Why is there semen on my sheets?
Yeah. No. He brought his sheets over to his dorm bed because the problem is the noise. Like if we're gonna be banging against the wall and stuff.
That was very considerate of him to bring his sheets over.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's the clean one. I could tell from the other side of the room. There's like a totally clean half and then a totally messed up half. You know what it's like living with a straight guy. It sucks. Anyway.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Or Neil.
So we're doing our thing. It's getting pretty good. And I'm like, so first of all, we were only going to suck each other's cock because we knew we were both bottoms. This was not going to progress any bit further. But he was so sexy. I was like, I have to top. Like I have to do this. He said he wants, he said he wanted it. So I'm like, what have I got to lose? Things worked out great. I'm doing my thing. There's a mirror right there, so I can sort of check myself out. Like, how am I doing?
This is the twink black guy.
Twink black guy, yeah, with the perfect ass.
Yeah.
So things are good. Everything works out. Of course, condom, safe sex, totally. Everything's great. And we finish, and we end up like cuddling and talking a little bit for I don't know if I'm snowed in. I can't even leave. Like, of course, I want to leave,
right?
But I have to stay.
You already got off. You're ready to leave.
I know, seriously. So that's it. We fall asleep, do our thing. It's like it must be like 5 or 6 a.m. at this point. I don't know what time it was when we finally get to sleep. It's like 8 or something when we wake up. We're sort of like, you know what it's like waking up with a guy and you're wrestling in bed and you're sort of like, all right, let's have sex again.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's like I love morning sex more than any sex. Morning sex is the best.
I think I'm with you there. I mean, it's been a while, but I've been with guys where we would wake up in the morning.
Yes, you're waking up. You're groggy.
I remember this one guy, one of my first boyfriends. I think he might have been my second boyfriend, and he was hung like you wouldn't believe. I think he was a white guy. I think he might have been Italian, and he was hung like you wouldn't believe. And I'd wake up and want to suck him off right away. Like that thing was.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's a good way to wake up your boyfriend.
But he didn't like it. Like he was hard as a rock. And I'm like,
excuse me?
You're trying to tell me you're not enjoying this. And he's like, I'm tired. And I'm like, well, just go back to sleep then. I'll just finish,
On your own? You mean you'll finish yourself? Not
No. I was sucking him off. I'm like, just relax and I'll do this.
Do you get pleasure out of that?
My thought is
sucking cock is like.
I can enjoy it in the right circumstance, especially if it's a Latino guy.
I love it, but if it takes too long, I'm like, all right, just finish yourself already. I'm done with this. I had to do that.
Well,
recently.
I don't know. It depends on whether they can make it erotic or not. Like if I really feel like they're into it.
I got bored sucking dick this week.
It can get boring, but I think that's But he would like. But my thought is, I'm doing all the work. Just relax. Let me do it. But he's like, no, I'm trying to sleep, and this is keeping me from sleeping. Right.
That is so dumb.
And he's
Every guy
hard
chooses
as
sex over
a rock.
sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Just
Well,
finish and then go back to sleep. It helps you sleep.
You would think, but nope. He's like, no, let me sleep. And then
that is so stupid.
And a little while later, he'd be like, okay, now you can finish.
One of my exes used to like, I don't know, he was dropping hints a lot. He really wanted me to wake him up every morning with a blowjob. Like, it was sort of a requirement of our relationship. Like, you have to wake me up with a blowjob. And yeah, that was great because I didn't know if I was like bothering him or annoying him. Same as what you said. Like, maybe he wants to sleep. But no, every guy wants to wake up to a blowjob. What the hell could be wrong with that?
I wake up hard every day, almost every day.
Me too.
I mean, like, for whatever reason, as soon as you wake up, it's the morning wood thing.
Yeah, morning is a good time.
It's and
it's
that's
a good time for jerking off. It's a good time for sex. It's my favorite.
You're
sex.
well rested. You've got the energy for it. All that stuff.
Long story short, we finish in the morning because we're like, all right, we just had this incredible sex all night. Like, my first time topping. I'm feeling like a rock star. We wake up. He's like, he's rubbing up again. We're like, let's do this. So we have sex again. We bring the sheets over to his roommate's bed. Do that again. Finish. And, we're like having this nice little sensual cutesy morning, like robe and chatting and water and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, I gotta go. He's like, oh, do you want to, go back to sleep? Do you want to stay a little bit longer, do something more? And I'm like, no, I gotta get out of here. Like, I'm used to just hitting the road as soon as we're finished, like, just get out of here. So, that's the end of that. I finally leave the college. There's no embarrassment. I get a plow guy to help me out, and like the end of the story. Hopefully we'll see him again. I did make contact to be like, oh, I really enjoyed that. I had a good time. He said he had a good time too. So the other story this week is this other guy, huge. He's the top in this case. I've seen this guy before. Turns out he's a monarchist. As in, he supports monarchy.
Wow.
And
a lot of people say that's better than democracy.
He is into it because of freedom.
Yeah.
He says there's more freedom under a monarchy.
I agree. I agree. You can see this. There's more accountability with a monarchy because there can always be a riot and you can always behead like the monarchy. Right? There's always that threat that people will be so pissed off. You're responsible for everything that happens if you're a monarch. So there's always the possibility that the peasants will rebel and come and cut your head off.
Yeah, no, but that's
not with
point.
democracy.
No, that's not his point.
Oh,
his point is like with the masses, they always demand more government and more handouts and stuff. And like monarchy doesn't really do that. Like, yeah, they want to placate the public, but they're in control. They have
they can always just say no.
And there's more economic freedom under that situation because people aren't enslaving each other. There's just the one master. And
democracy is crazy. I mean, there's no reason to expect any kind of sanity to come out of democracy.
Yeah, so
not that monarchy is. I mean, it's still tyrannical, but.
So not only that, this guy, we're like in bed after sex. I'll get to. The sex story isn't that great. I'll put the porn up somewhere, but
okay.
It was very good. It just lasted a very long time, and I got bored. And it was like we had a discussion. Yeah, seriously. After an hour or two, it's like,
sure,
give me a break.
Oh my god, I got an hour-long blowjob not that long ago. It was amazing.
Yeah, you like that?
Oh, and he had a lot of energy. I don't know how he was still doing it. But he was so good. But I mean, it's difficult for me to get off from a blowjob.
Yeah.
Normally, there's only been a couple of guys who've been able to do that. But I'll tell you this much: he kept me hard, so hard I was painful. My dick was so hard I was in pain from it.
I hate that.
You know when your erection, you're so turned on, and your erection is so engorged. And it's just
like, oh my god, get this over with.
Yeah, I wanted to get off, kind of, but I didn't mind it, honestly. Like, it felt so good. I just kept saying that. I'm like, holy Jesus, I'm so hard.
The longest sex I had,
because he was good at it. He was actually doing a really good job of it.
I had sex,
and he kept it up for an hour,
4 hours one time. It took a whole afternoon. It was like from 2 to 6. It was dark out the window by the time we were finished. I'm like, oh my god. And it was not my fault. It was because I was in chastity. So there was no way I was going to come. I was just pleasing him. And I was like, he came like 3 times or something. I'm like, can we be done already? Like, I want to move on to something else.
All right. Yeah.
Ugh. Can we go out to lunch?
The closest I can
lunch.
think of is I did. There's this one guy who was very closeted, and I remember we were riding in his car. I went out to where he lived. It was he lived quite a bit away from where I lived, about an hour away, and we drove by a friend of his, and he introduced me as his cousin, and got really nervous. He's like, "Oh my God, someone sees me with a guy," right? And we actually went, and he rented a hotel room, and we hung out in the hotel room all day. And we just kind of had sex on and off, rest for a little while. Then we'd have some more sex, and we would rest for a little while. He was a top, but he liked oral, giving and receiving oral. But he was strictly a top for anal. And but anyway, we had sex like all day in that hotel room. It was crazy. It seemed like I think it might have been like 8 or 12 hours
in a hotel room. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
Twilight Zone. Like time stops. You're not on this planet. It's a little bit mysterious. It's someone else's room. And it's pretty much only for sex.
I'm surprised that I did that and enjoyed it and didn't it was just sort of have sex until we're tired, then rest for a while, then have sex again, and then keep going. It was it was interesting. I can't imagine doing that now.
That's hot.
I don't know.
Hot.
So what do you think of the chastity devices that have a
We're back in
urethral
10.
insert?
Ooh, very hot, but I'm not into it. That would
Just
scare the
the
hell
idea
out of me.
of it.
I think it's hot.
There's a lot of things that the idea of it is interesting, but actual
3 seconds. Urethral insertions and chastity devices and BBC. We're talking about it all.
and BBL.
And BBL. And soon we're going to get into chocolate
That makes no sense. What
buttholes,
is a BBL?
Big black
Big
Latino.
BLC.
Oh, yeah, BLC. Big Latino cock. No, yeah, BLC. All right, whatever. These acronyms are stupid.
Or just same thing. BBC is big brown cock.
Oh, yeah. It
right?
works for everything.
Big brown cock. Yeah.
Yeah, we just love the dark guys. It's, what, doesn't matter.
We like the darkies.
We're racist.
The darkies.
Jesus. A gay sex show produced from the whitest state in the union. I wish it weren't that way. I wish there was more.
There are not enough
area.
Latinos in New Hampshire.
Enough with our complaints.
Latinos need to move to New Hampshire right away.
So here's the thing. Dale and I were sort of just continuing this discussion over the break, but there's more economic freedom in a monarchy, would be my argument. Or what are you, high-fiving the cam?
Someone said that dick size is associated with hand size and not feet. So if I put my hand really close to the camera, it'll look big.
Huge.
Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah.
Carry on, Derek.
Yeah. So we had really good sex. This is the other guy. And I've had sex with him a few times. We met on Grindr. He's got a huge horse dick. So I was like, all right, I'm all over this. And I'll travel. I hate this because in Philly, you got to travel maybe 15 minutes. That's a long trip to go have sex. But in New Hampshire, it's fucking an hour and 15 minutes to go and get somewhere. Sometimes.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God.
But that's because you live in
Yeah, I know. Yeah, laugh at me.
Sorry.
It's funny.
Sorry. I have to go
So I
there
have to
tomorrow
travel.
again.
Okay, well,
more maintenance to do.
that's fun. So anyway, I've had sex with him a bunch of times. It was really good. He's huge. I had to prepare with a dildo. I've actually got it with me. Should I take it out?
Yes.
All right.
I didn't bring my Apple Lady up yet. I'll go do that next break.
Yeah, just riff for a second. I got to go grab it.
All right, riffing. So there's a question for you, Derek, from the chat room. Have you had issues with anal sex, like tarrying and stuff?
Tearing? Are they
Tarrying. Oh, I guess he meant
I think
tearing.
they meant tearing.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. It's
Okay.
horrible, and I had to see a doctor about it. And
Oh,
I
God.
was really nervous.
And you're still doing the booty sex.
Oh,
after
I
that.
love it. And with
okay.
huge dicks. I mean, check out this dildo.
Okay.
Yeah, but the anus is an amazing thing. It repairs. It is I don't know. It can do a lot. Check out this dildo. Is this not huge? This is called the Ryan. I don't know why. I don't know anyone named Ryan.
Oh, there's probably a porn star.
Maybe. But anyway, this is
Ryan Idol, maybe?
I have no
That's
idea.
an old porn
This
star.
is a huge dick. I can fit this all the way in my ass. Balls deep.
Yeah, not going to happen
It
for
took
me.
a lot of practice, but it was worth it.
Does that thing have stains on it?
No.
Okay.
No, what do you think it has stains? Do you see any stains on this? It's perfectly
On the
clean.
tip, it's kind of...
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's like discolored. I don't know why that is, though. That's not... It does not...
All right.
It's not... No, it's not shit stains or anything. I know what you're worried about.
All right.
But that's not it.
I
Anyway,
believe you.
so it takes a lot of practice. Yeah, I've had tearing. That was really horrible and scary. Like, there was blood and everything. it's not fun to talk about. But I did see a doctor about it, got everything worked out, and now I'm back to having huge dicks in my ass. It's great.
I can't take big dicks, but I tell you what, it shocked the hell out of me when I did date a Latino guy, and he had a scary big dick. Scary big dick. It was
Scary
like
big.
it was BBC.
I know what you're talking about.
It was BBC size.
Sometimes it's just like you see it in the porns when and the guy is like, oh god.
And I
like,
remember
I'm about to
thinking,
die.
I can't do that.
But you did it
but
anyway.
I did.
Right?
I did.
You can handle it.
It was like he was Moses. It was a Moses dick, and he parted the butt cheeks.
Oh,
like the Red Sea.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. It's magic. So we got another question from the chat. Have you ever had poop on your dick from anal sex?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. That happens inevitably sooner or later.
Guess where you're putting your dick?
Yes. I don't like it. I don't know, but it happens. What can you do?
It's not that big a deal.
It's a turn off.
You keep wipes nearby. I know it's a huge turn off. And I am such a germaphobe.
Yeah.
Oh my God. If it's on the sheets, we have to ditch the sheets.
Yeah.
Like we've got to have replacement sheets. Yeah. Forget about it. Because
Really?
you can smell it too. That's the thing. Like I don't want shit smell.
This is something that took me. This is so embarrassing. Okay.
Go ahead.
It took me so long to figure out that that anal sex was stinky, and people get mad at me. People get mad at me for saying this.
It doesn't have to be though. Sometimes it can just smell like lube.
I guess.
So when I went to see this,
I've never had a really bad accident as a bottom. Like I have clean poop or something. I've never had like shit dick on someone as a bottom. But I don't know. But I do know. But there's like the ass smell.
Yeah,
from the inside of your ass. It's not sexy. And I always thought it was like the lube.
Some guys are into it.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
This guy loves to eat me out. This guy with the huge dick.
But I just thought that was the lube. I thought I need to get different lube that doesn't smell like that. And I'm like, no, it's you stuck a dick into the inside of an ass that has poop, and it came out and it brought the smell with it.
Part of that's going to be the smell. It starts to be. It's like I don't know. I've internalized.
I think you just get used to it. You just got to get used to it.
It's become part of the sex act. It's become part of it. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, except for after the incredible sex. Which, by the way, the guy took forever to get off, which was really annoying because with a huge dick, it's like, look, I practiced for this. I did, what's it called? Where you shove like water up there. What's it called?
Oh, an enema.
Enema. I did an enema for this.
Yeah.
I'm like super prepared.
Even if you do an enema, though, it's not going to keep it from, I don't think it's going to.
From what?
That smell is not going to go away.
I am like clean as a whistle down there.
All right.
It was like for the sex. I was super
Maybe
ready.
if you put a garden hose up there.
Yeah. I did an enema. I had the huge dildo. I was stretching everything out. Like I was ready for this dick. Because last time I was with him, I had to stop him.
And now you know why I'm a top. That is so much work.
It is a lot of work. I had to make sure I was shaved. It's like being a bottom is a lot of maintenance. So anyway, but it's worth it. To be able to get this dick is like. So afterwards, we're talking a little bit.
Lion Terrace says it smells like pencil shavings.
What?
I don't
think so.
I don't think so. But now it's been a while. I don't remember. Maybe.
No.
All right, carry on.
So like we're cuddling. I'm little spoon. He's hugging me. Whatever. I'm like, I'm knowing I'm gonna leave pretty soon, but we're still having a little bit of discussion. And I don't know how, because this is not sexy talk, but he gets to the point where he's talking about the Great Depression and how Roosevelt screwed everything up by intervening and being too involved in, the economy and the markets and stuff. And I was like, yeah.
Right, he built a lot of infrastructure out here at that time using tax funds.
Like whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, comparing to how, who was it? Grover Cleveland or Coolidge, like, was during a time not too long before when it was just common knowledge. People were like, I don't want the government messing, I don't want the government to fix problems. I want to solve the problems ourselves. What are we, children? And so that's that.
What is it like? Wasn't it like a 90% tax rate or something for a while?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was like, yeah, that's why no one hears about the Great Depression of 1921. And he freaked out. Because he's like, oh my God, no, but I've never been with anybody who knew about the crash of 21 and how I was like, yeah, it only lasted for 9 months. He's freaking out. Like, I know this.
Right.
I heard this from Tom Woods and like, what do I, I'm like feeling real good about myself. Like, not only did I make this guy come so hard, took his huge dick in my ass like a pro, but now I'm blowing his mind with my economic knowledge.
So this is a keeper, Derek.
This is a keeper.
Is this your
He's
guy?
a monarchist. So that's
Close
what
enough.
complicates things. I know, right?
Close enough.
Like, this might be it. So I might try and develop this relationship. He's a little too obsessed with my ass. Like, you know.
Well, how's that bad? I thought you
'Cause
were
it's like-
you're a bottom. Like,
So here's the thing. Yeah, I want to hook a guy in with sex, right? But then I want him to like me for me, not like, oh, I just like your
not
ass.
just for your ass.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly. So it's like you gotta sweeten me. You gotta butter me
You've already
up a
said
little
though
bit
that
now.
it blew his mind, that your economics knowledge blew his mind.
Yeah, but now he's messaging me and he's like, "Oh, I miss your ass," like blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Okay, yeah."
He's a horny guy. He's young. Cut him some slack.
Do I have too high expectations?
Let him have some ass and then slip in a little economics, and yeah, you're fine.
I'm liking it. So this is the best guy.
Take a lesson from someone. Okay, who's learn from my mistakes. Let's put it that way.
What were your mistakes?
Like, don't dismiss someone too
Just
easily.
because they're not perfect.
Like, right. No one's gonna ever be perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I have intimacy issues. This is something that took me 40 years to learn, but I have intimacy issues. Like, don't. I broke up with someone over his breath.
But you have to.
But he was like perfect in every other way.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He was Latino.
You have to break up with someone because
he was
of their
tall, gorgeous Latino.
No, there's another guy.
But he didn't brush his teeth like before we had sex or something. Oh no, but he also had dick cheese.
Ooh, gross.
He didn't need to wash around his.
Okay, so these are
foreskin.
fixable issues. Why didn't?
But it
you
was
just bring them
fixable,
up?
and I broke up with him.
What? You couldn't just bring them up?
I just let it fizzle. I didn't.
Him.
I just stopped responding to him and everything. It was horrible. It was
this
a
is
horrible,
happening to me, Dale.
bad thing to do.
That is happening with me with another guy.
Don't do that. Don't let that happen.
But
learn from my mistakes. That's stupid. I always look back on it and wish I could get back together with.
I
that
feel
person.
bad about this too because there's this other guy who's like perfect in every other way, but he sort of smells.
You want to hear a poem real quick?
Yeah.
LOL. Oh yeah, the sexy monarchist. Roses are red, violets are blue. Confederates are racist, and you guys are too. Thank you, Nathan.
Thanks, Nathan. This is Flaming Freedom. If you're raunchy like us, maybe you want to dial in on Skype, flaming.freedom.
All right, I'm gonna have a little bit more booze.
All right. And why don't I sign in as flaming.freedom? Okay. Yeah, sure. Or anarchy. Or in your head. Oh, sorry, I'm in your way. Hey, I gotta use a little voice.
It's in the kitchen, right past the refrigerator. Hey guys, so you probably know now that we are signed in as flaming dot flaming dot freedom on Skype. So if you decide you want to Skype in, instead of in your head, it's flaming dot freedom. I'll announce it again when we're back on LRN. Okay, guys, want to talk about Derek while he's not here? You want to ask me anything about Derek, and if I know it, I could tell you. What questions do you have about Derek? I may not know the answer, but I'm watching chat right now on the LRN duck. Yeah, I mean a chastity device for a guy usually makes it so you can't even get an erection. So it's really hard to actually have an ejaculation. But that's kind of the eroticism of it, right? Is to maintain a heightened state of horniness. And if you're into chastity, number one, you're turned on by the idea that someone else is controlling you because you're submissive. And the other thing that's turned on is that you're in this heightened state of arousal and you stay there. So, you know, it takes patience and everything, but at the same time, it can be erotic. Okay, so FTL Ian says, Derek J, you suggested disliking living with straight guys because they are messy. You don't feel that way about me, do you? Oh, how are you answering him?
I'm typing.
Oh, you just now did that?
I just now did that.
Oh, shit, I didn't even see you type. Okay, so he's answering you. Okay. Ian is super clean. He's not totally straight either. Okay.
Is that true? How, you know, because Ian and I have never really talked about this, but like, is he a 50-50? Is he 80-20?
Ian, do you want to answer that in the chat room?
Yeah, as a percentage, how gay
He doesn't know what his Kinsey score would be. He is currently dating a female, and to my knowledge, he's only dated females.
Yeah.
But he did have his youth experience where he played hide the coosh.
Also,
should we talk about hide the coosh in the next segment?
Okay. I'm going to talk about how clean your bathroom is.
Oh.
Dale's bathroom is incredibly clean.
That's, you know, it's weird.
It's
my living room is a mess. It's cluttered.
I was noticing that. Like, look at the contrast.
My living room is a mess.
Where are your priorities? Clearly in your bathroom. All of your priorities are on your bathroom.
I feel like my bathroom is not that clean right now. Like, I'm a little bit bothered.
As far as cleanliness, yeah. But I mean, like, as far as niceness goes, like, everything is really nice in there.
Okay, yeah.
It's a very wonderful experience.
No, I just, like, wiped off my toilet today. I sprayed and wiped off my toilet. But I know that my countertop still needs wiping. And I don't know. There's some things that need wiping.
Yeah. Well, speaking of wiping in the bathroom, Mark of Free Talk Live was asked, or he accused me of vandalizing the bathroom because I pee standing up. Now, when I was in chastity, I peed sitting down.
Right. You have to. Yeah.
You
practically do. Yeah.
Yeah. But I pee standing up generally when I can because it's like faster. It's a more pleasant experience. I feel like I get more pee out. When I'm sitting, sometimes like you stand up and then some more pee comes down your leg. I hate that. Right. I don't want that. So I want to do the job right. Oh, we're coming back in 10. But Mark is like,
I didn't announce my furriness. I didn't announce my furry animal.
All right, make sure we do that. We have a lot to get to.
Yeah.
All right. Dale's a furry.
Kinda. Not really. Not really.
I was acting as you in the chat room while you were away. I don't know if you noticed, but I said
oh dear. Oh dear God. Did Derek type as me? And it's recorded forever.
I don't think it's recorded. That all gets disappeared.
Okay, I don't
So anyway, did you bring your sex toy up here?
It's not a sex toy, it's a grooming device.
Did you bring that up?
I forgot.
Okay, well your bathroom is wonderful. I used your bathroom while we were away. And I noticed this is a weird thing about living in cities. And I do love this and I miss this. But living in the city, there are like corners of places that are very clean, and then the rest of the place is a shithole. Now, I'm not talking about houses and everything. I'm talking about the whole city. Like, I went up your stairs, and there are stairs like missing. There are little like pieces of.
It's an old
wood,
house.
and
It's an
there's-
old house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like
I think they're safe
there's
though.
dust all over the like. It looks like you haven't vacuumed your stairs in probably ever, and there was probably
They're
construction
wooden.
up
They
here.
wouldn't be vacuumed. I do sweep them occasionally, but it has been a while. I
Yeah.
admit. It's winter.
Your
and-
bathroom has like marble and it's got these like cobblestone, this huge bathtub.
Well,
with
it's
jets
tiled,
and,
yeah.
yeah, it's like gorgeous.
And I have a jet tub. Yeah, it has the I
And
can do
I'm
a hot
like,
tub thing.
Look
yeah.
at the contrast here between like I'm coming up stairs that are practically.
I think
gonna
that's part
fall
of it is
apart.
that I haven't renovated that, so it doesn't feel like it feels pointless to maintain. It's so old and crappy already. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, when the weather's better, I tend to sweep it better and
Let's
stuff.
talk about
But it's
Ian.
cold.
He's in the chat. He's my
All right,
roommate.
hide the
and,
koosh.
and he asked if I feel the same way about living with straight guys as it's always messy. It's just not true. It was a generalization that's not fair.
It's often true though, dude. I've
I
lived with straight guys.
who
Straight
were very
guys-
clean.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. I've
And
lived
I've
with straight
lived with
guys.
gay guys who are very messy and gross. My ex Nicholas is horribly messy and gross.
Neil's Neil. Gross.
Hey, you don't
sorry.
have to whisper. He's not listening.
He's gonna. Yeah, you're right. He won't listen to it. So we can talk about Neil. He'll get mad if he hears
Yeah.
about this.
Can we talk about Lauren too? Lauren wouldn't do the show. Can I call her a pussy? She pussied out.
No, don't do that. She's going
that
through some
unfair?
hard stuff right now.
All right.
Lauren is
That's
going
fair.
through.
I
From
actually don't know
some,
what's going
She's
on.
going through some for reals bullshit,
Is it hormone stuff?
soul tearing.
Oh.
No, like
right. I'll leave her.
people are
She's off the
treating her
table.
like shit right now. I mean,
Really?
so much stress.
Well, I don't need to
work
add to that.
stuff, everything is horrible. I told her, don't worry about the show. We'll be fine.
So you're to blame. See,
I
want to
am.
crack the
I'll
whip.
take
Be
the
like, Lauren,
blame.
get in here and cry
I'll take
on
the blame.
cry on this microphone.
I will take the blame. I'm fine with that
Fuck you,
because
Dale.
Lauren's mental sanity is more important to me. Sorry.
So, what's
But
hide
yeah,
the cooch?
Neil's place is just horrible. He has no furniture. He's like a straight guy who will not fucking grow up, get furniture, and clean his
doesn't get
place and do
furniture?
his. He has
Is he a
one chair
child?
and a TV, and then
Is he
other
a
than that,
child?
kind of.
Yeah.
He's not
'Cause
like.
he doesn't want to grow up. He wants. To
And
be a
he had
twink
no
forever.
clean dishes. He had to wash dishes for us to have some wine.
Oh my god.
And all this stuff, and I'm just like, God dang it!
Go to a thrift store.
Yeah,
Get some extra
get
glasses.
something. Go to a little effort to like get this shit together.
Yeah, to be an adult, you have to have glasses. You have to have furniture. You have to have a clean apartment. You gotta like stand on your
Yeah.
own 2 feet. He's Mr. Ayn Rand, isn't he? What the hell with
It's all no. The
it's
Ayn
all
Rand
talk.
stuff is all talk.
yeah,
It's all
that's what he wants.
empty words.
yeah.
It's all
So
like
he's-
it's just like his washboard abs talk. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get washboard abs. No, you're not.
You know, I had a good.
You don't have even anywhere close to the wherewithal to like focus and stay committed and actually get in good and get in shape. I had a rant. There's a YouTube video on the Flaming Freedom channel on YouTube.
I saw it.
There's
Yeah,
a
it's
there's a
terrific.
rant where I get on to Neil.
For like 5 minutes, you're talking about
Yeah.
how he won't go to the gym with you, and you got the membership because Neil said like he was going to go and
Well,
do it with you.
I quit my membership for other reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I saw a yoga mat down there while I was walking.
Yeah, I
past
do
it.
yoga now. I don't go to the gym.
All right. Yoga's better anyway. You need to be flexible. Who cares about muscles and abs and stuff? It's all wasteful. Anyway, let's talk more about Ian, right? Because Ian's in the chat room and everyone wants to know. They all listen to Free Talk Live.
Hide the koosh.
He's very clean, first of all.
Do you even know what
Everything-
I'm talking about with hide the
I have
koosh?
no idea what
You
that
didn't
is.
listen to that. There's an FTL episode. It's
I
kind of
think I know what
infamous
you're
when he
talking
talks
about.
about a childhood experience.
But I don't
where
know what hide
he
the
had
koosh-
sex for video games.
What's koosh?
I don't know. I
Isn't
think
it
it's like
koosh
a
the-
penis.
No, koosh is the koosh ball. The like
Yeah, but that's not. But there was a game called Hide the Koosh
It's
that was
the-
obviously sexual and it had to do with oral sex.
maybe he'll call in and tell us what it is. I have no idea what it is.
No one ever really understood what it was. He talked. It's called. There's a game called
Because
Hide
you
the
can't
Koosh.
talk about it on FCC airwaves, but LRN doesn't have that.
I don't know. Well, Aaron, Ian, if you want to call in and explain
We're
what
invited.
Hide the Koosh is,
Flaming
it is
freedom.
flaming.freedom on Skype.
Yeah, because I'd rather hear it from him. I don't.
And
Oh my god.
Slajo wants to talk about Ian also.
Oh man. Neil messaged us. He says, "I'm
What?
totally."
He's listening?
He says, I'm
He's gonna
totally.
be so mad at me for saying that. He doesn't like me to talk about him at all. Is he mad at me?
I'm totally listening, ass Fisher holes.
Neil, clean your fucking apartment.
Yeah,
buy some
grow
fucking
up.
furniture.
Come on.
Buy some fucking furniture. Act like a proper gay man instead of a straight guy.
I'm younger than you. I shouldn't have more shit together than you. You work, you make more money than me. You have a real job. Come on, get it together.
Yeah,
Neil.
he has a job where he gets to travel and
I
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
So stop pretending. Let's really do it. I'll hold your hand. I'll
Buy
help
a
you out.
couch, Neil.
Yeah, 101 Deals Thrift Store. We deliver. We've got great furniture.
Right. Oh, I saw some. I almost bought furniture there the other day. Yesterday.
Someone
I
tried to buy-
almost bought furniture there.
One of the Free Staters tried to buy a futon as a bed. And I'm like, I put it out on Facebook. I was like, no, a futon is not a bed.
It's okay. It's like
You
a guest
cannot-
bed.
That's what I said. I
Yeah,
was like,
guest
it's
bed.
in a pinch.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hey, I
My
got a
futon with a I have a thing on it to make. I have a padding thing on it,
Yeah.
and it sleeps almost as well as my regular bed.
So can we
It's
talk?
pretty good.
Can we talk about this? We didn't really get to
Yeah.
it. Mark Edge. I went to the bathroom during a break of Free Talk Live, and he was like, "Did you pee standing up?" I was like, why do you ask? And he said, "That's vandalism." I mean, yes, the answer is yes. I do pee standing up when I can. It's more comfortable. I feel like it does a better job.
I can pee without getting it on stuff.
No, ever since he said that, I've noticed that it is kind of vandalism. Like little tiny splashes of pee get kind of all over the place. And
Don't be one of these. Oh God.
I
Are
know
you gonna be
it's
one of these
sterile.
people that's like guys should sit to pee?
I'm not going to tell people what they should do. I'm just telling you what I observed. And
there's European countries trying to make that the law.
yeah, I heard about that. It's horrible. I mean, obviously, I'm not for forced here. We're not, we're not
Right.
for voluntarism. But I'm just saying what I observed is that there are tiny little splashes of pee that get everywhere. Okay, and
Lauren
like,
is gonna love hearing this because Lauren is a big advocate of guys.
when I
sitting
was
to
in
pee.
chastity, it sort of turned me on to have to sit to pee. I was
Well,
like,
right.
this
It's
is hot.
like you have to be kind of
It's
the
like submissive all the
yeah.
time. It's like even
Yeah.
when there's not a guy around, it's like, oh, I'm taking on this role. But anyway, I think I'm gonna just start doing it. I just hate having my ass cheeks on some seat that I share with other people. Like I want one of those pull down paper things. that you
They
can
don't
put
do
over the
anything.
seat.
They don't help
What
at
do you
all.
mean? A piece
Those
of paper
things, they don't.
It's a millimeter of division between you and the rest
Okay,
of the
it's
world.
psychological.
You think
The germs go right through there.
germs permeate the paper? How is that possible?
I think whatever's gonna be there is it's
All right.
yeah. I don't know. Penn and Teller did a bullshit episode about it. It's,
All right.
the paper thing is all
I
psychological.
have more problem sharing a bathroom with a girl than I do with a straight guy. I mean, at
Girls'
least
bathrooms have a lot more bacteria, and you know why?
bad.
Because there's more physical contact with the stuff. Because they all sit down for everything.
Yeah, there's
So
that.
so women's restrooms, they might seem cleaner, but in terms of actual bacteria and all that, they have way more. Because there's more physical contact with the toilets and everything.
Yeah,
Whereas guys, most of the time they go in there and they just pee and there's no physical contact.
right. A lot of times guys don't wash their hands too. I don't like that. I always wash my hands every time.
Mm.
It's not about like, oh, I got pee or shit on my hands. It's that like you should wash your hands like 5 times a day, and you pee about 5 times a day.
I
or
guess,
something,
but
right? So,
yeah,
like,
I
just-
do.
It's just a mile marker.
Especially like at a restaurant, you wash your hands for sure. But the thing is about like if I'm at home and I'm by myself,
Yeah.
I don't want to wash my hands if I don't absolutely have to, especially in the winter.
do. It
Because
warms up my hands.
they dry your hands out. Really
I brought
bad.
lotion with me. This is how
All right.
prepared I am. I
All
carry
right.
lotion with me. I bring it to work. I bring it everywhere.
Yeah, I have some in my satchel or my man purse, depending on what you want to call it.
I got some really good kind. This has the word men right on it.
Okay.
And this was one of the ways where I tried to determine whether or not the guy who stopped by the thrift store today, Danny, if he was gay or
Talking
not.
to the side of your microphone, not the
Am I
tip.
not doing
Yeah,
it right?
there
Oh,
you
there
go.
we go.
Yeah,
All right,
that's better.
that is better. But it covers up my beautiful face.
I
Dale.
know. I'm sorry.
This is an issue. I can't have this.
I'm
all right,
sorry,
so,
dude.
All right, for the audio listeners.
Well, when
you
you're
get the
hold on, when
benefit.
you're doing porn and you tell the guy to video you,
Oh,
that wiener's
what?
in your
I
face.
didn't hear LRN.
I didn't either. It's over all of a sudden. There was no music. There was no music bed.
What?
It's low. I had it low.
It's really low.
I
Maybe it
didn't
was
turn it
there.
back up.
Okay.
Sorry.
yeah,
Sorry, we were unprofessional, guys.
we didn't leave on a good note or anything.
Okay. So FTL Ian is asking if you think all right, what did I miss here?
I only pee in the
100
sink.
times, really. Dale, Derek, I'm totally listening. My lack of furniture does not disprove my devotion to reason. Oh, this must be Neil. I just got a new place, and Dale is totes exaggerating. It was the same way in your old place, Neil. The only furniture you had was what Mike's furniture, right?
Where is Neil? Which
and
one
then,
is
but
he?
you kids go ahead and rag.
Is he newbie 185?
He's a
Wiener?
non-wiener. And I just got a new place, and Dale's totes exaggerating, but you guys go ahead and rag if it makes you feel better about your philosophically empty lives.
Wait a minute. He said earlier, and I didn't know it was him. He said, Derek, please explain why you are so anti-mind, anti-life, anti-reason, anti-possibility of human happiness on Earth by mutilating your body. I guess because I like chastity. He's kind of right. It is sort of anti all those things. I'll just concede that point. I don't know why I'm into it. I just am.
Well, submission. I have a theory about people who want to be submissive to another guy. I have a theory about that.
What?
Okay, so you're gay. You're attracted to men.
There are only so many places you can hide the koosh. FD Elliott says. All right, I think I figured it out then.
Yeah. So here's the thing about domination and submission, right?
Yeah.
You're attracted to men, right? Masculine features are appealing to you.
Yes.
Right. And
I'm not into feminine women.
A traditional
this was the first
thing.
time I was into a femme-looking guy.
A thing about men is that they are the aggressors, or they're dominant. That's a masculine trait. And by being submissive yourself, you are enhancing the dominance of your partner, in a manner of speaking. So your partner becomes sexier to you.
Yeah.
In the process of, by creating that dynamic, that dichotomy, you are making your partner sexier because he is assuming a more consistently dominant role.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So even if that means that, okay, maybe he's not reciprocating orally, maybe he's never bottoming for you, and that's good because you don't want him to, because you want him to stay masculine, and then he stays sexy to you. As soon as he bottoms for you, you're like, oh my God, you're not very masculine to me anymore, and you're not as sexy.
Yes, I get that. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Because when I topped my first time was with oh, Neil messaged us again.
He's probably getting mad at me for talking about it.
No, he actually thanked us for being entertaining.
Oh, okay.
So
I can't believe Neil's listening.
I know.
I
right?
can't believe it. Like I couldn't get him to listen when he was a regular co-host.
It's so much easier to listen when you're not doing the show, right?
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, fuck. Well, oh yeah. It was not sexy when I topped my ex. I was not into it. I wanted him to be the top.
Yeah.
Like I experimented because it's fun. You want to try things, but
yeah.
I wasn't having it.
Well, that's the thing. Like the Latinos,
and I can't stay hard. That's
several
the thing.
Latinos and Asians that I dated were total tops, and there was something incredibly sexy about that. And I didn't mind that, for instance, like they would not go down on me, for instance.
Yeah,
but I didn't care. I'm like, no, that's okay, because there's something really sexy because you are embracing the dominant role.
Okay.
Yeah. Back in 10. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's volumes up.
Okay. Penis problems. Can you relate? I'm 5 inches. I'm just going to take the magic out of that and just say it right now. So, Thunder's out. That's not very special. I think it's pretty average. It might even be below average.
It's actually on the kind of on the low end of average, but almost everyone's like 5 to 7.
But I'm very comfortable with it because I'm good in bed.
Yeah, and you're bottom anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Bottom, it doesn't matter. Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
And I'm thick. I think thickness matters more than length anyway, generally.
It does to girls a lot.
It does to me too.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm talking about that because I'm going to say something else embarrassing. I cannot keep it up when I'm fucking and have a condom on. I think that's part of the reason why I don't like to top. I cannot do it. I think it's because, one, I'm circumcised.
That's probably a big part of it, because they cut off a bunch of nerves.
They cut off a bunch of nerves, so I really don't like fucking. It just doesn't do it for me. And second, covering it up with a piece of rubber, there's you might as well put, I don't know. I got nothing, but it's too much in between. There's no, you're supposed to have sex.
Someone said they thought you'd be more like 7.
Well,
7 is kind of big.
There,
actually,
I took the magic out of it.
I'll just say I'm almost
a small guy. How much?
I'm almost exactly average. I think I'm right at exactly 6.
I'm very height weight
and also thick though, kind of thick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most guys, you can look at them and you can size them up. I think everyone is pretty much what you'd expect.
If you're a white guy, you're between 5 and 7 inches.
I very rarely
99% of the time.
Yeah. I see some
And
white
if not,
guys
you're
with
on
four
porn.
stick. Yeah.
Not really.
But I'm a small guy, so I got no problems with my body. I'll just say it. And plus, people can find pictures of me on the internet. Like, my dick is out there. So
Right.
I'm not afraid of that.
I'm not quite ready to do that. But.
Neil also said something during the break about, like, why am I so anti-reason, happiness of life? Because I enjoy having my penis lacked in chastity. And, like, I'll just concede that. But
No, I don't think that's it. Hold on. I was talking about this. Actually, you were gone. I was talking about chastity and the appeal of chastity.
Right, because it makes the other person more dominant, right?
Well, there's that. That was a more broad. That was a broader statement about dominance and submission and why someone might be into that.
Yeah.
But specifically with regard to chastity, yes, you are denying yourself release for a long period of time, and that takes endurance and sort of stamina and willpower. But you're also achieving this heightened state of arousal and staying there. There's an eroticism to that.
Oh my God, yes.
Right. So
it is like
if you have the willpower for
25 hours a day that you're just horny as hell.
Yes, and that's like, it's challenging. Yeah. I've done it, by the way. I've done it.
How long?
It's challenging. Just a few days.
20 days.
No, I'd say,
gone 20 days.
I not wearing a device, but as far as wearing a device, only for a couple of days. But as far as like being not allowed to have a release,
oh my God,
I would say
to your balls.
A few weeks. And I did it in the Navy, not as I did it in the Navy, and it wasn't
oh my God, really?
Only because I was in boot camp and I couldn't get off.
Oh no,
and it went like
it
6 weeks.
With the device though,
and
right?
after 6 weeks of nothing, of no release, and then finally getting some privacy, if the semen were blood, it would look like a murder had taken place.
Oh right,
in that stall.
You just came so much.
It was everywhere.
Were your balls huge at that point, like before it happened?
I don't know.
My balls, oh my God, with every erection, the chastity device would pinch, you know, like, because it's like squeezing away from your body, and it pulls your balls like away.
Yes, it does. If you start to get an erection.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it pulls your balls forward. And
it starts to feel good. Like after a while, you're like, oh, this is the feeling of an erection, and this is the only pleasure I'm going to get. So basically, be happy with this.
Also, you know what I found out was peeing was very erotic for me.
Yes.
Because that felt like an orgasm almost.
Yeah, it felt really good.
Just like I just wanted to, because you felt some sensation through your urethra.
Yeah.
And everything was hypersensitive. So when I wasn't allowed to come, like just peeing, I'd be like, oh, I just want to pee. I'm like, oh, okay. And it would give you relief. Like it's almost like a mini orgasm when you pee. But then like you're horny again in no time.
And then it's over, and
and you're like, okay, now I need to pee again.
That's the other thing.
So you just want to drink a lot so you can pee again.
Part of chastity made me want to fuck myself with a dildo a lot more, or get fucked a lot more. Like
really,
I could. Yeah, part of my reward was if I fuck 3 BBCs, my master would let me take my chastity device off and like jerk off. Basically, I could have my own release.
Well, did you have an online master who you didn't actually?
No, we met.
Oh, you didn't met. Okay.
He was an online master at first. Did we get someone instantly connected via?
Oh, someone's in LRN, I think.
Oh, okay.
Is someone in LRN with us? Because otherwise they'd have to answer.
I definitely heard something. Maybe we have the Skype set up to instant accept
calls. I don't
calls.
think so.
Well, maybe I did that by accident. I don't really know.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm hearing somebody else. Somebody just broke into our show. Hell.
I think it's I think Ian joined us or something.
Well, if it's Ian, he can just speak up and start talking. He knows microphones well enough. He could...
All right, carry on.
I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I'm going.
You were talking about chastity.
Oh, yeah. This is a guy I found on Tumblr because we're into the same stuff. He found me, whatever. Such a small world. It turns out we had a mutual friend. Can you believe it? Like, of all things, we went to high school.
Okay. And this is your master.
Yeah, this is my master. He would let me have release. We did meet each other. It was a sex dungeon that I went to that I told you about in like the first episode. I don't know where I was going with that, except for chastity. It could be sexy. I don't really do it anymore. My cage started to rust.
If you, oh God.
Did I tell you that?
No.
That was the reason I stopped doing it.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad thing.
It damaged my dick.
Oh God.
Damaged my dick. It could put.
Now get a plastic device or something.
I wish I took pictures. Actually, I might have some pictures. You do not want to see this dick. It is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. I do a lot of weird kinky shit, Dale.
All
So,
right,
like,
all right.
I'm into experimenting, and you only live
That's
once.
awesome. That's fine.
But holy shit, I thought I would have to go to the hospital, and I was so embarrassed. Like, what am I?
But you
do?
didn't go to the hospital?
No, I put a bunch of cream on it.
If my dick was freaking out, I'd be like, I'm gonna go to the hospital. I know I don't. Even if I don't have insurance, I'd be like,
oh my god, this dick! It looked like it was a sausage run through a pencil sharpener. It was like,
dude.
Oh my god.
But you're all better.
I'm all better.
All right,
yeah,
that's
you
good.
can't tell. Like, there's a few scars. Like, since I told you, you could probably
Oh my
investigate
god,
and
dude.
tell.
All right.
But whoa, yeah.
All right.
So watch out for these cheap chassis devices you get ordered from China.
We're gonna forget this. So we started talking about that I have onesies.
Did I derail?
I have costume onesies. Right?
Yeah. What's your animal?
And during the break, I think my best guess at this point is raccoon.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mean to say it like
I'm
that.
I'm not an expert
surprised.
furry. Lion Terrius is gonna have to help out here because I'm not an expert furry. I've only been to a couple of panels at like conventions about furries. But I think I'm a raccoon. Does that make sense?
No.
Lion Terrius,
Tell me more.
respond in the chat. Okay, so I don't know. It's like there's something about like relating to a certain animal, and there's something about that animal that appeals to you, and there's something there's something about raccoons.
Animal.
They're cute. They seem kind of smart and like devious, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the
they are cute, and they're bandits.
Right, the bandit. There's something Bandicoot, Crash Bandicoot or whatever, right?
Is he a bandit, or he's a badger?
Crash Bandicoot is kind of like this stealthy, sneaky raccoon guy in the video game, right? And he's a raccoon.
I didn't know that's what he was.
Isn't Crash Bandicoot a raccoon?
I really don't know. I thought he was like an echidna or something.
He might be. I might be just completely. I don't know. I might be completely off. Wait, hold on.
So have you ever had sex in your onesie?
We're upsetting people.
Why?
No, I'm not. It's not sexy. The onesie is not about sex. The onesie is about being cozy and comfortable and
we have a onesie
and warm
at 101 Deals that no one has bought, but I watch very carefully the people who look at it.
I don't want to have sex in a onesie. It's not sexy.
Then you're not
a
furry. That's what.
No, that's not true. You're misunderstanding furries.
No, I think I've got it. I listened to enough Howard Stern.
All right.
This is Flaming Freedom. We'll be right back talking about onesies, weird sex.
All right. So during the break, what do we want to talk about for our listeners?
My cream.
I do not like to fuck while on the rag.
No, look, put the camera on me.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, what the hell now?
Oh, I'll go get my Apple lady.
Yeah, get your thing. I got the hot dog down a hallway with this microphone. This is the cream that I just started getting. I care a lot about my cream. And I usually get the Palmer's cocoa butter because it smells like chocolate. So every time I put some lotion on, people are like, ooh, you smell like chocolate. And this is a special formula just for men, body and face. So I've been carrying this around with me in my little man purse. I forget who made fun of me. Was it Neil in the chat room saying blah blah? Yeah, Derek making fun of. Yeah, here it is. Derek J carries lotion around and thinks having furniture is a mark of maturity. Yeah, having furniture is a mark of maturity, and yeah, I do carry lotion. I don't think either of those things are embarrassing or weird to point out. Yeah, I don't get the. So this chat room is awesome, first of all. I have to say, all you guys who hang out in the chat room, like, good on you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying weird stuff. You guys, I don't know, I think you're really great. All your weird sex talk. Hey, this is my commercial. I wonder if the chat can even hear the LRN stuff. What the hell is that thing? I don't. Epilady? Is it like lady, like Lady?
Yeah, it's like for ladies, right? They assume no one else wants to jerk all their body hairs out.
Can you show me how it works?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm kind of afraid. So Dale just brought in his Epilady, and he's gonna give us a demonstration.
I can probably plug it into the battery.
Can you?
Oh, here we go. There's
all right.
A strip over here.
You gonna plug it into the mixer? Get the audio in here. You got to get your microphone really close to it. By the way, you've got such great equipment in here, like the scissor arms. This is way better than my scissor arm.
You know what? Honestly, I'm not a fan of scissor arms.
Oh, I love them.
Well, these
What
are
else would you use?
these are not the ones in FTL's studio are awesome.
Yeah,
They're like
really
expensive scissor arms that you can just whip around. These guys are these are not
right.
These are
because they
crappier
clamp
ones.
on. Those,
And
the ones in
honestly, I'd rather
FTL
just
you
have
drill into the table.
I really just like a stand that sits on the table. I would prefer that. And this is like this obnoxious thing.
Yeah, but a stand that sits on the table, every time you bang the table, you're gonna hear it. That's a big deal. You don't want that.
I don't know. I guess. Okay.
Somehow it works for Alex Jones. His mic is on
And
the
these
table.
things have these little they have issues, but
oh my god. That reminds me of like Saw. I see
Right,
that thing
right.
and I think torture device. Oh my god. So that doesn't look painful. You're using it.
I have like peach fuzz though. It isn't very painful for me.
Oh,
it is
that was my
painful.
question, Lion Terrius. Lion Terrius just answered my question. So you have a mix minus going out to the you have a mix minus going out to YouTube, Dale.
Yes.
Because he can't hear the music or the commercial.
Oh, okay, good.
You think that's good? Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, we
'cause
don't
have
want all
shitty
that
music.
crap on the Google on the like the YouTube video.
Yeah, but we also have shitty music too.
Yes, exactly.
So we don't really care about that.
So yeah, this is. I mean, yes, I feel a pinch. I feel pinches, but I have very. You can tell my arm hair isn't very thick. So for me, I can do this, and it's no big deal.
Okay, we're coming back in 5 seconds. What should we talk about when we come back?
There's some hairs on there.
Ew.
Yeah. Normally, I would do this in the bathtub. I wouldn't do this out. I probably dropped hair.
So Dale just pinched his arm hairs out with an epilady, which he's holding here. Here, would you put it next to the microphone for us? Terrifying. I was telling him during the break, this thing reminds me of the movie Saw.
It's not that big a deal. It would probably be terrifying to someone who had like thick body hair, but I don't.
So back to me and how important my sex life is.
Yes.
Is this guy really right for me? Should I just pick based on he's got a horse dick, he's about my age, and he likes freedom economics? Though. He's circumcised. But we both lament that fact. Yeah. I'm circumcised too.
Yeah.
We talked about this, and it's a little more difficult. It sucks. It sucks that it's harder for him to get off. It's harder for me to get off. Harder than what? I can't really compare.
It's also just not as attractive as an uncircumcised penis.
I agree. Yeah.
And if you're gonna do oral, it's so much more fun with an uncircumcised, unless they have dick cheese.
Ew, because
that guy had dick cheese.
That happens.
Yeah.
There's this guy who I have sex with pretty frequently in Keene, who he's circumcised or he's uncircumcised, and his dick always smells. I decided the last time I'm just like, fuck it.
They gotta wipe it off a little or something.
He doesn't shave down there. First of all, he's got a big hairy
Not
bush.
acceptable.
He's like pretty hairless generally, except he's got a huge ass bush down there.
Yeah.
And second, he doesn't clean. Like he tells me that he goes and takes care of himself and goes like prepare basically for when I'm coming over, but he neglects his dick somehow.
No, you got to get up under there, and that's
you
the
gotta
thing.
Like
this
really
guy
clean it out. I don't want to smell anything. I don't want to smell a goddamn thing. When
I know it's all about your sex life and everything, but
yeah,
let me just tell you about this Latino. Okay.
Right. Yeah, tell me about it.
I don't know how to. I can't. This guy was he was tall, dark, and handsome.
Yum.
Everything. I mean, he was just gorgeous.
We gotta get you a Latino guy.
He was gorgeous, and he was uncut.
Yum.
And he wasn't huge. He wasn't particularly big, actually. He was like average sized, but he was uncut. He was Latino.
It doesn't matter because
it doesn't matter. I don't care.
Just fuck like. They should
They're
be on
machines.
Top. They should be on top. Why did I say in the
this
ranking
guy was
that they're
top.
on the bottom? No. I mean like on the ranking of sexual.
They should be. I agree. They should be on the top.
Best
they
lovers.
Should be like the hardest ones. Yeah.
I know.
I don't understand it.
I know.
It's racism. So anyway,
probably is.
But yeah, so he was. And he took me out. He took me to a steak dinner, and then we walked around Atlanta. During it was. I remember it was winter because there was ice skating. There was an ice skating rink that they had to put ice there because it's Atlanta. There's not ice normally, and it was beautiful. It was like near Christmas time. Christmas lights were up. This whole night was just. It was a dream night. It was like a dream date, right? It was like I felt like Cinderella or something. And we go back to his place.
So you were a bottom?
At the time I was,
Yeah.
yes. I was younger and I didn't really know what I was doing, so I needed someone else to do it, you know? And so he takes me back to his place.
Oh, I like this story.
And these are my twink days. This is when people told me I was a twink.
Yeah.
And he takes me back to his place and he doesn't brush his teeth or anything. So that kind of bugged me.
After dinner? You guys just had dinner?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
So
had
that
dinner.
bothered me.
What did you have, like garlic or something nasty that he needed to brush his
steak
teeth?
dinner with some stuff, different things.
Forget about it, but you both ate. You're not brushing your teeth.
I did brush my teeth. I brought my toothbrush.
I think that's a little high maintenance, Dale.
I'm
You're
sorry.
asking a little too much.
I'm sorry.
I don't brush
But
my
that
teeth
wasn't
after
it.
dinner.
It wasn't that. It's that I went down on him and I didn't really get very far because there was dick cheese.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do you think it had just developed, or do you think like maybe you could do some preliminary or something like, hey,
it probably
let's take
doesn't
a
take
break
terribly
real quick.
long if you're uncut. You probably need to like do a quick, like just run it under the faucet.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, and then you run it under the faucet real quick. Just get the bulk of it off. That's fine. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to scrub it with like a scouring pad.
No,
or
I'm not
anything.
talking about scrubbing anything. I'm
Right,
just
just
saying,
rinse
like,
it out. Rinse out the dick
rinse.
cheese.
It's not cheese. Like when you say cheese,
Well-
you're talking about like a fromage. Like you're talking about there's actual texture
It
here.
seemed cheesy.
I'm not.
It seemed
Ugh.
cheesy.
Okay,
I
there's
could have.
never-
I could
to
have
be
had. Some,
clear,
I could have got out some Ritz crackers.
Oh my god, that's really inexcusable.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But
I'm just
but it
talking
was-
about smell. Like I'm.
Oh
Just
yeah, it
talking
definitely
about-
smelled.
Okay, that's all I'm talking
definitely
about.
had
I've
dick
never
cheese smell.
experienced the actual cheese.
No, I felt like if
thought
I
this
had
was-
gone down on him, I didn't
it
get
would have
very
been
far.
chewy.
I was like
you would have been able.
I was
to
like
take
getting
some-
close to it, and I'm like, there's like in touching it and everything, and I didn't quite ever put it in my mouth. I was like, I
How
can't do it. I
embarrassing.
can't do it. I will have to like scrape off with my lips and teeth the cheese.
Ugh.
I will get it. It will be in my mouth, and I will have to swallow it or something.
How did it
and
end with this guy? So you,
I told him that it was just too big, and I couldn't deal with it.
which was a lie.
It was totally average sized, but he was the perfect man. Other than that, and he
you
kept,
are
it-
so. You
he
accuse
kept
me
calling me.
of ditching these guys based on
No,
frivolous reasons.
I told you to learn from my mistakes.
Okay, all right.
This is
So
one of the
can you-
guys
can you
that
get
I
this guy
look back on. I
And you-
can't now. It's too late.
Okay.
I saw him again later, and he just
Is he
kind of like
married?
he looked at me like evilly, like you're the
Oh,
evil person.
you fucker!
Yeah, and
you didn't like my
'cause
dick cheese.
he called me several times trying to go out again, and I
Oh
just
my
didn't return
god,
his
Dale,
calls.
you are such a bitch.
I could not bring myself to say your dick cheese is too much. You've got to
Yeah.
get off the dick. I didn't know how
You
to.
know,
How
let
do you
that-
say that to a guy?
I know. How
How do
let
you
that
say
be
that?
a lesson to the kids. It's easier to just say it. Just say words to another human being. Who cares?
And this is one of those things. This is one. My entire life, I've looked back on this and thought this could have been the guy. This could have been the guy.
One. Dick cheese could have been the one.
He was like so perfect for me at that time.
Why was he so perfect? What was so great
Everything
about him?
about him was
He
perfect
bought
except
you
the
a
dick
steak
cheese.
dinner? You would have been a bottom for the rest of your life.
He
you
was so
realize.
romantic. I was the
Oh,
center of
that's
his
really
world.
nice.
I was the center of his universe. He was so gorgeous. He was my type. He was
Oh.
tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah.
Everything about him was just. He was Latino. I mean, sorry.
Right.
At the time, I didn't know.
Like you have any other qualifications?
Honestly, this guy is probably one of the reasons why I'm into Latinos. Actually, at
Oh,
the
he
time I
started
was
things off
not.
for you.
I would say at the time I was not especially into Latinos. This was probably when it started.
Yeah.
And then I dated some others that also kind of steered me in that direction.
So I just did it. I just bunkered down and did it. The guy who I didn't like his dick because it had the smell or whatever, and he was uncut.
So you just ate the dick cheese.
He was
You just like, hey, protein,
no, it was
omega
like,
3s.
we were doing everything else.
does dick cheese? What kind of fats? What kind of fats does the dick cheese have? Is it omega 6 or omega 3s? What do you think?
I don't know. I don't even want to think about it. But we're like in bed. We're doing everything else. It's basically like we're ready to finish here, and he's like, "Will you suck my dick?" And I had avoided doing that
Because of the dick
because
cheese.
I don't want to go near his dick. First of all, he's got the hairy bush. Second, it smells, and third, he's small. So it's like I'm not even gonna have any fun. Going down on you.
right.
Like,
Oh, that guy ended up letting him fuck me.
like
by
what
the
do
way.
I want to?
I was fine with letting him fuck me with a condom. So he did, and it was
Yeah.
fine. I
Yeah, who
enjoyed that
cares?
fine, but
Yeah.
I never went down on him, so it was weird.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
and he never reciprocated. He didn't go down on me. It didn't even occur to him to go down on me. It was like, nope, you're going down. I went down on him, and then he talked me into
Right.
letting him fuck me.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry
I'm
on.
kind
though.
of into that though. I don't necessarily want a guy to suck my dick. The one femme guy though, who I topped, he was really good at sucking dick. I'll say that. You know, like I normally am not interested. I'm like, pass. You know, we talked about this last week. Like, I'll jerk myself off. I don't know. Like, most people are just not very, I don't know. Most guys that I've been with are not good enough in the way that I really even want them sucking dick.
Right.
It's
Okay.
like, just forget about it. But I don't know where I'm going with that. Who cares? These guys, they're history. If you don't wash your dick, I'm not going down on you. And I've given up having sex with that guy. I'm not doing it
Oh.
anymore. Forget about it. You know, who
Okay.
cares? I'll trade quality for quantity now.
Which guy is this that you're giving up on? Like, help me separate him from. You've got the twink black guy,
Should I give him a name or?
and you've
I'll
got
just
the
call him-
economics big dick black
He's
guy.
Hispanic.
Oh,
I'll just
okay.
say he's Hispanic.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And you're giving
he's
up on him.
local. Yeah, the other guys I have to travel for. But that's the lesson for the kids out there. Sometimes you gotta travel for what you want. Are you looking at your arms? You
Well,
really
and
like
on the
being,
break. Well, sorry, on the break I was
you
epilating.
like being hairless.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not at the moment though. There's hair on my arms.
All right, well, fix it.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Do you
I'm
have any?
fixing it.
Do you have any music for? I feel like there should be music, like circus music. Oh, there's
the
our
music.
cue. All right. Dale is going to epilate his entire body during the break. So those of you who are watching on the cam,
It takes a while. You got to get them all. I mean, it takes a few passes, quite a bit to get all of it.
Slade Joe
so.
thinks we're picky mofos and don't negotiate reciprocation. Maybe that's true.
You want to try it? You want to try it?
How many guys have you fucked? That's a question. No, I'm afraid to try that thing. That's a question from the chat room. How many guys have you fucked?
Oh God.
Have you ever tried to keep track?
All right. So Ellerin Newbie 324. Are you asking how many has he topped or how many has he had sex with?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Yeah,
it's a very important distinction.
Because the answer is 2. If it's how
Two
many
if-
guys have I topped?
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah.
We only
it's
have
really
one more
just 2.
segment. The show's flown by.
Let's skip it. Let's not do it.
I feel like there's lots more to talk about.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the.
I
chocolate
can't even
buttholes.
honestly. I think I've had I've had sex with a couple dozen guys, maybe.
Couple dozen.
Couple dozen,
I'm just
maybe.
I don't even want to say. It's so embarrassing.
A couple dozen is that? Maybe
I
or
did
less.
try and
Probably not
count.
more. Probably not more than that.
I did try and count recently. I made a list and to see how many names I could remember. Like, can I remember their names?
Oh, God.
Because think about Grindr. Like,
There's no way I could remember most of their names. I know some of
You
them.
remember their faces and their dicks or something,
Yeah.
right? But I knew their names, and then I put on the list Grindr, and then that was just like after that it was a wash. I mean, there's no way I'm gonna remember
All the
those
grinders
names.
are just one big thing.
It's like, and then Grindr happened. No, because it was like normal. It was like, oh, Derek's in high school. Here's his little high school sweetheart. Here's his first boyfriend. Here's his first time sucking dick. Here's his first time getting fucked. And then it was like, oh, Grindr happened. And then that changed.
I'm trying to understand this. So Slajo,
36.
y'all are picky mofos and don't negotiate reciprocation.
Yeah,
I don't
probably
understand
a
that.
typo. There's
Yeah, that's
probably
a typo.
there.
Explain retype it or something. We're picky mofos and don't negotiate
Who
reciprocation.
said 36?
Here's the thing. Can we talk about reciprocation and
What
quid?
about
I wanted to.
reciprocation?
I have a pet peeve with quid pro quo sex.
Yeah. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, have we?
Yes.
Not
Shouldn't-
recently.
Yes, we have. Because
Oh.
I've only done 3 episodes so far, and that was
No,
one
we
of
haven't
them.
talked about quid pro quo sex.
Yes, you said in the very first episode that I
Oh.
hosted, it was like, oh, sex shouldn't be quid pro quo
Oh, okay.
because then it's just you're focusing on like, oh, I'll do this for you, and then
And then you have to do it for me, and yeah, you can't just
I'm not into
enjoy
that
the
either.
moment. And
I
just
hate this big dick in my face.
if you're getting sucked, you just want to like enjoy getting sucked. And if you're like
Right.
into sucking dick, you just want to get into sucking dick. I would love
Yeah.
it. I'd love it. Like if there's a guy who just like, I'd really like a blowjob right now. A blowjob right now. And I'd be like, you know what? I would like to give a blowjob right now. Let's do it. And that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to reciprocate. We just agreed to what we were going to do and we did it. That's
I
it.
agree. Like I love sucking dick. Having a big dick in my mouth,
Yeah.
it's just one of the
So it's not
pleasures of
like
life.
you've been deprived if they
No.
don't reciprocate
No,
because you
I
already
pretty much don't
enjoyed
even want it.
You did something you enjoyed doing.
Right. And I'm serious. I pretty much don't even want it.
Yeah. It depends. Well, in some ways, it makes the guy less masculine if he does.
Right. I
he does
think
that.
that's it. I think that.
Yeah.
I think you just
he
hit on
becomes less
something.
masculine in
Because
your
I'm
eyes.
like, Yeah, and that's probably why it was good from the guy that I topped.
Yes.
Because I'm like, I am the man in this situation.
Yes, you're my bitch.
You are my bitch.
You're the bitch, and I'm the man.
Suck my dick.
And I'm gonna enjoy that particular role at this moment. But when I'm the bitch and you're the man, I want to enjoy that role.
He's a black guy with long dreadlocks, like long, beautiful hair, and they were braided. It was not like nasty dreadlocks.
It was more like
long braids,
conscientious
like a woman,
grooming.
like what a woman would have. Very sexy, and I would not have sex with a woman, but in every sort of way, he was like a woman. It was really, it was really.
Well, that's I think a lot of dom sub play is trying to engage in heteronormativity, but we don't want to acknowledge that like we want this a dominant guy and a submissive
10 seconds
female.
Sorry to shout over you like that.
It's okay.
How many guys have you had sex with? Dale says it's a couple dozen.
Or
I did
less.
try and make a list. Or less. Fewer.
I would say probably no more than 2 dozen.
2 dozen. Oh my God, Dale.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, you had earphones on.
One in the same studio that I'm in.
But you had headphones on.
I know.
No, change the subject. What? All right, sex. How many sexes? How many sexes?
Your asshole wide open or something?
Change the subject.
I can't. I'm focused on this now.
How many people did you have sex with, Derek?
I tried to keep a list. I don't want to say. You know, let's talk about this
more than me. More than I have.
More than you. But more generally.
And you're younger.
I'm
quite a bit younger.
Yeah. So more generally, let's talk about the way people perceive you based on how many guys you've had sex with, because that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I can talk about, oh, I'm 5 inches, or, oh, I like having my dick locked in chastity. I don't care about being freaky, but I do care about being damaged goods, a soiled product. I don't want people to think, oh, he's had sex, he's so loose, he's with a bunch of guys, you know?
It's just floppy, right? Like you just it's like you said, toss the winger down the hallway.
Yeah, right.
Just floppy, like goatsy.
No,
they're afraid you're
honestly,
goatsy. They're afraid you're goatsy.
Yeah.
I don't think you're goatsy.
No, I'm not. But at this point, if you don't have a big black dick, it's pretty much like, you know, I'm not interested anyway. So don't even worry about it.
See, that's not you specifically, but that's appealing to me. Like I don't like. Usually, assholes are too tight, in my opinion. They're too tight.
That was what. See,
that's
I
why
had
I
this
want
discussion
a
with the
vagina
guy.
fleshlight.
So this guy is huge. He's like 9 or 10 inches. You saw the dick, like vouch for
big.
me. It's huge and thick too. I mean, it's like a mag light.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's like the dick I brought out here, the dildo. So I was asking him after this pounding that I took for over an hour. I'm like, can most guys take your dick?
Did he have to hold your eyeballs in while he was fucking you? Because I used to say that about a boyfriend of mine.
Oh, like he would pop my eyeballs.
I would like, please put your hands over my eyeballs so they don't pop out of my head.
What's the goatsy joke? I don't get that.
You don't know who Goatsy is?
He's the
He's got that huge gaping hole. No, he like grabs his hole and spreads it with both hands. He sticks both hands in his hole and spreads it open.
Oh my God! No, I didn't.
That's
know
Goatsy.
That. Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's like a GIF online of this guy like takes ridiculous things up his butt, just like ridiculous things.
Yeah,
like
that is
like
one of
like
the
traffic cones and.
That's one of the fascinating things I learned while being gay was that you can shove a lot of stuff in your ass.
And it'll snap back for the most part.
It's okay.
For the most part, it'll snap back into place. But eventually it will stop doing that. But it takes a lot.
If I don't use my dildo for a couple of days, I'm back. Like, it's seriously.
You can't take a bigger one anymore.
No, I need to.
This is
practice.
This is actually a mistake a lot of straight guys have in their heads. This idea that your butthole is going to get stretched out of and not go back or whatever.
Because maybe
it
that
takes
happens
a lot.
with girls. I don't know.
If you get like double fisted,
have you ever had sex with a girl?
No.
Topped a girl?
No, I don't intend to either.
No, I never have either. But I was saying during the break that this guy that I fucked the guy I topped this week, he didn't make me want to fuck a girl, but he was like a girl in every sort of way. Like his mannerisms, the way he was like, the way he was laying, the way this whole sex was. It really made me want to up my game as a bottom, knowing that he's out there, he's on Grindr, like
he's out bottoming you.
He is out bottoming me, already.
But do you, once again, do you see what I mean by the heteronormativity?
No.
Like he was being the woman, and that made you feel like the guy in this situation,
right? It did,
yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got. I said we should skip the rest of the segment. I don't want to talk about chocolate buttholes. Can we skip that?
You can buy chocolate buttholes that were molded from the buttholes of like porn stars.
I don't want that.
I don't either. That's not appealing to me, and I'm an ass man. I still don't find that appealing.
Do you like to eat
I don't want.
asses?
I don't. I'm with you on. I do actually if they're nice.
Yeah.
I do.
If they're
And
nice,
clean.
what does that
And if
entail?
they're like relatively hairless.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
You don't like
completely.
a flat ass though. You wouldn't eat out
It's either someone who's naturally not very hairy or who is very well groomed.
What if he's like a flat Asian?
No,
ass?
not a not a flat. No,
Have
bubble
you ever
butt.
had sex with an Asian?
Bubble butt. I want to like get down in there and like ass cheeks pressed up against my cheeks.
Yeah.
You know,
You want
up in there, right? You want to just like this. You want to get all this in there. Yeah.
That's what this guy loves. I got it on video too. I brought my video camera.
Oh, did you eat his ass?
No.
Oh, you didn't eat his ass. Okay.
No. Oh wait, the guy I topped, I did.
Yeah,
eat his
you
ass.
did eat his ass.
It was
okay.
nice.
Okay.
And but the guy who topped me later on in the week, he was eating my ass. He loves it. He's like all about that. And
yeah.
I'm like, I pretty much fake my pleasure from that.
What? You don't like getting your ass eaten?
It's like okay.
Oh my god, it sends me to the stars.
I would rate it a 5 out of 10, and maybe
my first boyfriend was really into that, and I was on the moon. I was like, it sent me out of this world.
I think it might have to do with the surgery I talked about earlier.
Getting your cock sucked.
The fact that I had to go to the doctor for all the damage that happened before. Like, yeah, I love getting fucked. That still feels really good. Maybe it does have to do with that. I think maybe they remove some nerves or something.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
But when my first boyfriend was like so into ass eating, he was a total top. Like my first boyfriend, he told me right off the bat. Like we went out, he took me out to lunch, and he's like, "Let me just explain something. I'm a total top." He's like, "I don't care about. I don't want to. He's like, I don't want to suck dick. I don't want to get fucked ever. I'm just not into that. I'm sorry." And then, but he was into eating ass. I didn't even know this, but he's and like he got way up in there. And it sent me to the moon, dude.
No, I have to fake it. And I was watching the video, and I can't watch it. It's so embarrassing. First of all, I'm too noisy. I don't know how noisy you are in bed. The part of part of sex is like, I like porn where they are not like moaning a lot and making a lot of noise.
They're fake. I don't like. They're trying to fake enthusiasm.
They're being fake. I'm being real. I just need to make in like karate where you go like hi-ya, and it helps you like get a nice chopping or whatever.
Yeah.
Making noises during sex helps me endure some of the pain. Like
yeah.
You know, you like.
I can remember one Latino guy. It's a different one.
Yeah.
And he was like aggressive as hell back there, and I was screaming in pain. I had to. I couldn't stop. I couldn't help it. And but he was getting off on that, like that it was making me scream in pain, I think.
LRN newbie 324 says, I wouldn't want a chick to eat my ass. I had a chick one time stick a finger up there, and I was like, hold up.
I do not. No, LRN newbie 324. I do not know what poop tastes like. I do not, because everyone has been clean, or I wouldn't be down there.
Yeah, no.
And I do not like dig anything out of there. It's all external, essentially.
No. Oh my god, that would be such a nightmare.
No,
could you imagine?
If there's any poop, that's going to end the eroticism immediately.
It does, and you have to have extra condoms on hand just in case. That has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, you say you're very clean. I've had shit on the condom. Oh, it sucks. And you just gotta like have new condoms.
Throw that one out and get in a fresh one.
Yeah, and I'm like really careful. Like, don't sit down. Like, don't. No one sit. Don't move. Nobody move. Everybody freeze. We're not getting this shit anywhere.
Yeah.
I want to keep it contained and very clean. I don't know.
I hear you.
I had that happen one time with this guy who never came over again. I have a feeling that was the reason. He was so sexy too.
Someone's posting pics of Lemon Party in the chat. Don't do that.
You
don't know about Lemon Party?
No.
Neil will tell you about Lemon Party.
Oh God, this is horrible. Oh, what is it? Are they amputees?
No, they're just older. They're older guys.
All right, so what?
Like a lot older.
Some people are into older guys.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Bear Pride. I wanted to talk about that. We talked about this a little bit, but I didn't quite get in it.
Yeah. What? Lauren didn't like that the guy had his shirt off. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Okay.
But
that was totally consensual, by the way.
There's like a Bear Pride movement, which is awesome. Everybody has different tastes, right? And some people are into hairy guys. I'm not, but that's just my preference, right? It doesn't matter. But when people like when their pride thing, I touched on this, but I don't feel like I got to it.
Yeah.
When their pride thing is to like put down the other people who are into twinks, like that, like you're not a real man if you're not hairy or something like that, right?
Oh, I'm a
It's
man.
like the whole real women have curves, you know.
Yeah,
And that's like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
That's a
a
way
fat
for
pride.
curvy women to feel good
Right.
about
It's like
themselves. Yeah.
over if you're a little overweight or whatever, and you still, you're happy with yourself. That's great and
Yeah.
everything. But then they put down skinny women. They're like, "Oh, you're not a real woman because you don't have curves." Right? And to me that's a negative way to boost yourself up. And I see that happening with bear
Yeah.
pride
It's
sometimes.
putting others down. It's called chopping other people's heads off to make yourself feel taller.
Sure. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah. It's
And
putting
I see
others
that
down.
happen sometimes with bear pride. Kind of like the whole real women have curves and real men have hair, Like no,
There's all different kinds
I'm
of guys.
like that's the no true Scotsman or the
yeah, that's what it
no
is,
true
right?
Scotsman fallacy, right?
Yeah.
You're not a real man because I define a real man as this.
There's people in the chat room. They're talking about this lemon party thing. It really bothers me. My ex, who I was like into for a very long time, he's dating older guys now, like really much older. It bothers me. They say I'm ageist in the chat room. That might
Yeah.
be true, but yeah, that bothers me. You can't go from me to some old guy. And what does that say about me?
That you're young?
That I'm inexperienced or
Oh.
something. I don't know. Anyway, I
Thanks
guess
for
this
joining
show's
Flaming
over.
Freedom,
God
guys.
damn it. Yeah, we don't have any more time in this segment. I want to talk about more stuff now.
Thanks for joining us at
Yeah,
Flaming Freedom.
Thank you. FlamingFreedom.com. You can see the episodes. I think that's all we got. We'll see you next week.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thanks, Dale. So, all right.
Anything else for the hangout guys?
For the hangout audience, we should do
Yeah.
something for them.
right.
I'll at least
First, I'll mute LRN. Oh, are you showing your underwear?
yeah, but this time just the backside.
Okay. There's buttocks. Should I show my buttocks?
Yeah, you should.
What?
There you go.
All right, hold on. Let me do my buttocks.
Is this violating the YouTube rules?
With my not very attractive underwear, unfortunately.
Yeah, what the hell, Dale? Get some good underwear, please. It's like an important part of.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, see, it doesn't even show off. I know. There you go. That's much better.
Still doesn't look very good. I have buttocks.
You do. You have a nice butt, but your underwear doesn't show it. That's why you got to get new underwear. It doesn't give you any love. And here, look at what a bad gay I am. I drank half of this whiskey. Maybe not even.
Yeah, I had like 3 shots tonight to get ready for the show.
I had one.
Oh, are you gonna try the
during whole
Epilady
show.
for the?
No, I'm terrified of that thing. Don't take
You
it
can
anywhere
still
near
a little
me.
bit of.
No. I got a little bit of chest hair that I could remove with it, but I'm afraid it's gonna hurt. You say it pinches.
Your chest hair doesn't look very thick though.
Mm,
It will pinch some, but
I don't want
you don't
that.
have like thick chest hair.
nah, I'm not going for it.
Hmm.
End this thing. I gotta
I
finish
have-
this. All right, nothing.
Epilated. Well, you wouldn't see
You
it
used
even
an
if I
epilated?
had it, you
Even
still
right
wouldn't
by
see it.
your nipples. That's really close. Is that because it pulls it out? It doesn't.
I don't have
shave
I
it?
don't have much there anyway, so it's really not. There's not much to
Like
do.
look at mine. You can see like it looks like
From
stubble.
here, if I can't see
can't
it from
see
here,
anything.
it's not
But it
enough.
looks like kind of like stubble. I don't want that. I don't want that in guys because I like to lick nipples.
Yeah, you don't want hair around the nipples.
No.
That's to me some of the grossest hair, but that's where almost everyone has some hair is around the nipples.
Even women.
Yeah,
Horrible.
but nope, you just get
I guess women take care of it.
just get around the nipple, get it right there.
It looks like that's gonna.
I'm
take
not
your
feeling
nipple
anything
off.
right now because there's nothing there. So,
It looks terrifying. End this freaking show.
all right, folks, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being kinky.